once again to Deadly Dealings, Episode 7. One of you died. I did it. I killed you like the little bitch you were, Sigmund.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I was inoptimally created doesn't mean that...
I also had to do with the basically max enemy roll that could happen for the level you were on, so...
No surprise there.
But yeah, what were you guys on your way to doing when Sigmund died?
Well, we are on our way to the just before. I keep forgetting if it's just before the 5th level or just at the 5th level.
Basically, on that ramp where you're on that point where you're starting to lower into. I'm doing an up ramp when it's a down ramp. On the like final descent towards what is the 5th level.
Okay, so yeah, so like 4.5 or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
The lab is where we were on our way there with some scientists from the church, Lars. And,
His name is Thaddeus. Oh.
we stumble upon some a shade, I think it was. No, a wraith.
A wraith.
Yeah, which we then realized, well, none of us can deal with that thing because we don't have magical damage of any kind, sadly, other than bombs. And our bomber is not the most proficient with his bombs, sadly, as well.
Like, I'm not proficient enough to deal with a reef.
So that wasn't really a position to fighting in it. And before that, I was also trapped, which Tuck decided to crawl under, because, you know, avoid the trap. Then found a nice wraith, and it's like, well, shit.
Now, I have a question for you before we go into where the party is now. How did Tug feel that Sigmund gave his life for him?
He is currently feeling conflicted in a way. Is the weakness him not being able to help and protect Sigmund in this case, or was the weakness again on Sigmund for not being able to avoid the hits as well, which seems to have been a consistent thing, though.
It was
with
also
him constantly getting hit by everything so far we've
It was also interesting because would you have even been where you were at if Sigmund had dealt with the trap properly?
The real question is, the real problem was that Sigmund went back to pick him up. I think that's where the issue lied.
But would Tug have even been in that situation in the first place if not for Sigmund?
I'm not the trap tester.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who does. I don't do disable device and all that stuff. I found the trap though.
I know.
It was also one we couldn't disable because it was weirdly semi-magical but mundane as far as I remember.
There are these are the kinds of questions that I'm just asking to let your character think on it.
Yeah, for Tucker, it's like he's not sure where the weakness lies, if it's with him or if it was with Sigmund.
Okay.
He feels maybe more with Sigmund because he was constantly just getting hit by everything. So he's not sure there, but...
Well, let's move to new place for a moment. Branya used to work a long time ago in a monastery. So throughout the city of Meraxis, there were a lot of temples to various gods before. Many of these temples have either become damaged, ransacked, unmanaged, whatever. There is no specific temple to Suanol anymore, but there is a small monastery that is kept up by a number of, we'll call them monks, but not the class kind of monk. The kind of people that roam about in robes, working maybe as scribes or as protectors, keeping the ideas alive. Branya, you have worked with these people for your whole life. You're kind of brought into this as young as they can get you in here, teaching you the ways. Once it seems like you understand the tenets and the concepts that that Suanal blesses people with, you are brought into the fold and taught as though you are one. It's for this long period of time, things have been fairly quiet. It's a very relaxed kind of job. You do what you have to do. You educate the new people that come in. You likely, in your work, have been working as a sort of trainer for these new people. Your physical prowess, at least defensively, is something that is of great benefit to people trying to defend the monastery and its cache of valuable information that most other people would pay beyond handsomely for if they could get their hands on, but is exclusively to be kept and maintained by what remains of Suanal here. As guardians of the old knowledge, sometimes you will have to update books as well. You'll have to scribe a little bit here and there from various different languages. You'll have to understand what you're reading to make sure that you're properly scribing it. But you've also, in your days, had to get into a little bit of difficult situations with people. Sometimes you'll make an arrangement with somebody and it just won't quite work out, and you'll need to go collect something from them that's rather difficult to acquire. And usually you find that force of voice is enough to get that done. You come in, you remind them that without the work the monastery does, they wouldn't have a job to begin with. They wouldn't have these resources that they need. And eventually you can get things to work out. But you also play the other side sometimes too. Sometimes you have to grease the wheels of acquisitions for a book. Convince somebody how important it is that the book move from their clutches to the library's safety and security. This has kept you very busy within the temple, or within the monastery. However, there is a day where you return from some of your work and find a new book on your desk. Now, this isn't an abnormal thing to see. It's fairly common. Somebody will toss a brand new book down on you and say, like, hey, you need to either scribe this, or you need to review this, or you need to convert it from one language to another. But this book has no note with it, no label, no nothing. As you look upon this book and you reach your desk, what are your thoughts?
What languages is the book in, if any?
There is none. You immediately pick up the book and start flipping the pages. There are no words on any of the pages at all.
Detect magic.
When you detect magic, the book does not display any magical energy.
Detect poison.
There is no poison that covers the book. You've actually dealt with this before. You've had a book that somebody did layer the pages in poison. And so your detect poison actually is not merely a goof, but also of some use.
Okay.
But it is not poison either. There are others around. When you're at your nobody's desk is in like a private office. There are just these like little table desk things that are set up, and there are other people within the room that are scribing, and there are books on bookshelves around you.
I'll go and ask if anybody knows who brought this, or if they brought this, or...
Yeah, you ask around, and none of them have seen that book before. Nobody saw anybody come in. But they all do say like they were very busy in, scribing, and so they might just have missed it. Sometimes people come and go. You should check with somebody at the front and see if they saw somebody bring this in.
I will do exactly that.
Yeah, you head on up to the front of the monastery. At the door, check with the people there. Nobody's come in. Haven't seen anybody. Not anybody carrying a book anyway. Not even anybody carrying a bag. We would have checked them.
That's interesting. And it's so like I'm assuming that the area was brought to specifically my area, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is the area that you always work at, the area you're known to be working on, and no one else has been there since last you were there.
Interesting. What this does. Oh, that's what that does. Okay. I suppose I will just grab it and then I will, I don't know, keep it on my person's.
Yeah.
Put it on my belt.
You can set it down. Some amount of time will pass. You'll start to kind of lose thought of what this book is. But you do tend to find that, like, even when you're sure you had set the book somewhere else, every morning it always ends up right beside you, right beside your bed. You think to yourself, like, I must have just left it there. Maybe I got up and looked at it, or it's hard to remember sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't seem to matter. It's not. There's been no problems with it. It hasn't. Again, you've not only looked at it yourself, but you asked even a couple of the other members of the monastery to take a glance over at it. Some of the more powerful members, have them look it over, make sure. They all agree. No curses, no magic on it at all, no anomalies of it whatsoever.
No insignias or anything on there.
No. The book is very plain. Aside from the kind of metal corners of it, and it has a bit of a heft to it. It's about 10 pounds. So it's a good, solid book. You've noticed that, like, each of the flaps of the book and the brim of the book, they are hard. Like, you can knock at it and you can hear a bit of a like metallic sound when you knock on it, coated by the leather that wraps around it.
I suppose I mean, like, if I don't have any, like, idea of where to start with this, I guess I would just kind of keep it on my persons and go about my normal day.
So time passes. Eventually, though, there is a day where the book has some action, but not before a very odd interaction that you have. There is a old man who comes in, very old, never seen this man before. Specifically knows of you and is making his way to you. You'll know that he's going to be coming to you. Somebody comes down to let you know there's somebody here to talk to you. This is pretty common. Sometimes people will come down here to ask specific questions. Maybe they know somebody that you interacted with, and they're trying to sort of use you for reference. So it's not uncommon. This old man makes his way up to your desk. Excuse me. A question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever read the books from before? The books of the castle that was once here before?
I'm assuming that I haven't.
Let's see. No, history's not really your strong suit, so kind of something you passed up on a lot of.
Unfortunately, I cannot say that I have.
Maybe you just don't know they were from that time. Anyway, I thought maybe you might be an expert. There's an ancient race of people that used to live deep below the city. These people were brought to be extinct by one means or another, but there are some people that believe pieces of their race still exist. And the old man looks up and stares you in the eyes. Do you know anything about that?
I suppose that depends. I don't know what race you're speaking of specifically.
Well, if me bringing it up does not make you certain Then perhaps you don't.
I've read a lot of things about a lot of different races. It would be hard to know without any more description.
Well, it would sound crazy if I tried to describe it. People with antlers and thoraxes, just strange stuff.
That does sound vaguely familiar. I may have heard something about something like that.
Do you know
Might
where I
I
could
ask-
find one? Again, it's staring dead at you when he asked the question.
Might I ask your name?
I was told many years ago that giving your name could be problematic.
That is correct. What might I call you?
You may call me Joe.
Very inconspicuous. Joe.
Yes.
Why would you be looking for such a race? Why would you come to me specifically for that?
Some say that they have abilities that might be useful if you were able to find them.
Useful? To whom?
Whomever has them.
The abilities or the person?
The person who has them.
The person who has the abilities or the person who has the person?
Both.
Don't worry. If I come across anything like that, I'll make sure to bring it to your attention first.
It would be a handsome arrangement we could make together if I could find such a person.
What would anybody want with those kind of abilities anyways?
You can think of some things.
I suppose. How would one be able to guarantee the safety of such a person?
Why does that matter?
Because if I were to find a person, I would want to make sure that they are not being harmed by someone for their own personal gain.
Well, I get that then. I'll tell you what. Why don't I just leave this with you? And he leaves you a folded up piece of paper. Sets it down on the table between you. And you think it over. Reach out to me if you're interested.
Speaking of, I'm assuming that my book is like completely visible, right?
Yeah,
It'd be
your
kind
book
of hard
is
to.
visible.
Speaking of, is this the first time you've been here? Is this the first thing you've brought to me?
Yes.
Where is? Oh, there it is.
You are
There we go.
very certain that he is sincere in what he says.
Well, I will make sure to look at this at my earliest convenience, and I will contact you if I have any information.
Thank you.
You're
As
welcome.
he
Have a
turns
good
and
day.
walks away, though, before looking at the paper, something pops in your head, going off that gauge check you had. Well, he felt relatively sincere about this being his first time here. It was very suspicious that he would drop this paper. Hang on. When John leaves, when people turn off their camera.
They changed the order.
Yeah. And I don't have my four-person one. Correct?
Did he drop it, or did he? Oh, there we go.
No, just camera.
No, did he drop the paper, or did he
No,
like
he
leave it on
left the paper, but there's something that makes you feel uncomfortable about that paper.
I will, as soon as he's gone, of course, detect magic on it.
Yeah, you hit it with detect magic, and it is definitely irradiating with magic. Not super brightly, but bright enough to make you feel uncomfortable with how magical a single sheet of paper could be.
It was more magical than I was prepared for.
Yeah,
when I
you
looked
go
at
in
it.
like thinking like maybe there's, best case, there's protective magic to stop it from getting wet or something like that. No, this has some full blown kind of magic. Give me a knowledge arcana here to see if you can figure out the school.
Here's to hoping. My skills, okay, but
Let me double check this. I think though that is enough. I can't remember. No, that is not enough. You look at this confused by what the magic could be, but definitely sure that it is of a
arcane origin.
yeah, let me double. No, I'm double checking one thing about this spell.
Oh. No, you're fine. If I don't know what it is at my earliest convenience, I'll try to see if anybody else here has any idea what this could be.
Yeah, you're definitely sure it's above faint. Yeah, if you ask real quick for somebody to come over and take a look at it, they will do some checking of their own. Do not open or read that. Who brought this in?
This old man, he called himself Joe.
Let me speak with one of the elders.
Okay.
The man
Very good.
turns and walks away, and as he turns, your table shakes a little bit. There's
I'm
a
going to
slight
move a bit.
glow coming from the book, very faint.
Do I have any indication on what that means, or?
No, you've never seen this happen before.
Well, considering this book has no text, I feel like, and it's starting to glow, I feel like that's a good indicator that I should probably just open it and try to read it.
Yeah, you
Because-
open it, and you first open it, and you like open it to the first page, and you notice there's nothing on it, but there is like what looks like a bookmark is like kind of peeking out just the corner of one of the pages. So you can, yeah, turn it open, and you'll notice there's writing here, and the writing here says, they know who you are. The monks won't protect you. You need to run now.
Because of how ultra specific that is, and the fact that this is appearing out of nowhere, and the circumstances surrounding everything, I feel compelled to follow this instruction because it could be dangerous otherwise.
Yeah. You immediately pick up the book and rush to grab your things. As you are grabbing your things, you will hear what sounds like fighting at the front door. Some kind of scuffle is occurring. You can go down and investigate, or you have a window that leads directly outside. You're on the second floor, so it'll be a little bit of a drop, but
Is this like a window, like on the side or the back, or?
This is on the back. There, it kind of opens up into a very small kind of like courtyard area.
If they're already aware and they know that I'm here, I can't imagine that I would be able to offer any assistance that would turn the tides of battle in the favor of the monks. So I'm going to strategically advance in reverse.
Yeah. Doing so, you will be able to easily find your way away from the temple, or away from the monastery. Within a few minutes, you can hear the heavy footsteps, footfalls, whatever word I'm looking for here, of people wearing plate armor heading towards the monastery. Guards, very clearly, and not just any guards. These are your sort of upper echelon guards, the people dispatched when a real problem has occurred.
I'm going to do my best to, I think they're going in the direction that I'm coming from.
They're going in the direction that you're coming from.
Would I be able to attempt to disguise the route that I'm taking, or to make it look like I'm not necessarily coming from there?
Yeah, you know some back routes. You can take a different route around and then come around from a different angle.
Okay.
Give me a perception check as you get close to the area. Oof. You have a lot of trouble seeing what's happening, but this is maybe not your fault. A significant amount of smoke is pouring forth from the building. There's no bodies you can see, just smoke everywhere. Very thick, very dense.
By the monastery, I'm assuming?
Yeah, by the monastery. It's coming from one of the from the door of the monastery.
I'm too far away for detect magic to matter. So I'm going to attempt to find my way to the closest known safe haven, whatever I have set up as a backup plan.
Yeah. This is fairly common. This is not the first time the temple has been raided, or the monastery has been raided or ransacked. This is part of why the policy of scribing works. This is a front. There is a place where the real things are kept, where the real valuables are kept in a place. So you can make your way back towards one of these havens. Your book becomes shaky again.
I will attempt to see if it works the same way as it did last time.
Yeah, you open it up. There is again that little bookmark there that you can turn to. And it says, friends can sometimes be enemies in times of strife. The surface is too hot. Go down where it's much cooler. I will guide you.
Considering that was presumably my plan anyways, I will follow the instructions.
Yeah, it will guide you into the depths. Probably makes you rather worried a bit that it takes you that way, but otherwise, so far, the book has told you where to go quite proper. Guide you down a series of tunnels, helping you avoid narrowly some potentially dangerous situations, until eventually it leads you to a small group of people that you spend about a year or so with. Before they all kind of make just enough money that they decide they want to split ways. They weren't in this sort of delving business for the great wealth that's here. They just wanted enough to live their lives.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah. But that's kind of left you on your own for a bit now down here. Maybe thinking about the surface, wondering if maybe it's time to go back. The book has said that eventually it would be time, like a time was coming where you could return, that things would be safe. Perhaps this is it? The book gives you one last set of instructions, or not really instructions, but this time it's much less direct. It's less of a telling you and more of a inviting you. It says... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, has it been over this past year? Has it been periodically giving me advice on things, or has it been kind of dormant?
Yeah, every once in a while, when shit gets weird, the book will give you some sort of insightful information, and it seems to ask nothing of you for this insightful information.
Nothing concerning about that. I'm not sure what Suanol's intention is with this, but yeah.
But this time, it does ask. There is a place you can go if you'd like to continue this lifestyle, but also if you'd like to learn of what's happened to your former mates. These people may have interest in what you were working on, as will others.
That is too tempting to pass up.
Yeah.
The information is too juicy.
The book will guide you to a small place. Looks almost as if you're walking into a tavern deep underground when you arrive. And there we will... This track is wrong, isn't it? Yeah, this track is wrong.
Very good. I'll be right back.
I thought I had fixed it. So let's just go to this. So, coming back to the party. You all have found yourself in this place. You ask the question of the innkeeper, or the barkeep rather, and they give you a few places to look.
Before you go there, Steve, I will also ask L4 if he could ask for me if there might be any place around here where one could get some exotic parts meant for repairing.
Yeah, I'll translate.
You can move about, asking questions of the various people here, and whether or not they have anyone available, anyone of benefit. Describe the details that we talked about, some of the spell level, the spell circles that you have access to, relative odds of hitting certain things. They even have little practice dummies that have a little bit of mobility that they have you try to hit a few times. And then
Sorry, Steve. I think he's asking for parts to repair.
Well, I'm not talking about that right now. I'm going back to the main thing. You can ask about the parts as you're asking about the other people.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because nobody down here is like a merchant selling wares. These are people selling services.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What you keep finding over and over again is they have no answer for either of you. But there is something that eventually, Illithor, you will sort of be drawn to. There's a person seated at the counter up by where the barkeep was. who has a sort of dangling from a loop, a book that seems to have, when you look at it, a very faint glow that comes and fades. Glow and fade. But just for a moment, and then it stops. And if you look away and then look back, it will do it again. Glow and fade. Glow and fade.
Like a slow heartbeat.
Yes, but it stops periodically. Like, it glows and fades twice. And then stops.
Is the whole party with me as we're like walking around looking for things?
Yes.
Or is it just... I guess I'll whisper to Tug and Darius. I'll just say like,
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. Do you guys see that book?
I'll take a look over the book.
When you point their attention to the book, they see a book. It looks normal. There's nothing special about it.
Not just a book. Nothing. I mean,
See
it's
it, like,
dangling. It's
glowing?
an interesting way to. No, it ain't glowing. But then again, when it comes to those things, I'm not as good as you.
I think we should talk to this person, and I'll just like lead the way to whoever owns this book.
Yeah. You make your way over to this kind of large person. At least their armor makes them look kind of large. There's something very, almost intimidating about them as you get closer. Branya. I guess, Ilithor, how do you approach them? Do you greet them? Do you tap them on the shoulder? How do you get their attention?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume... What do they look like? Sorry, they're just covered in armor?
Yeah, Branya, why don't you describe yourself?
I am about 5.5 feet tall. I am wearing lamelier armor, steel lamelier. I have a helmet on as well that covers up my face. And I'm wearing...
I can't tell what race you are.
No, I have no defining racial characteristics visible. Carrying a shield.
Is it a safe assumption that like 90% of the people I'm encountering here are Drow or some undercommon speaking race? Or
I think that's like a pretty healthy assumption.
okay, so from when I approach, I'll just say an undercommon. I'll just say, "Nice book you have there."
I will
They
turn my
understand
head from my
undercommon.
drink and kind of look him up and down. Yes, it is.
Is you speaking in undercommon?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just motion to the rest of the party and say, "We're looking for someone who can hold their own. We're down a person. You seem like you can hold the front line, as it were. And that book you carry seems to radiate some magic or something. It drew me to you. I think we're meant to meet today."
When he says that, I will fully turn to look at him, and I'm just gonna gauge him.
Yeah.
I don't know what if that
give
means
me a
anything.
gauge check. It
But
absolutely does. Now, a question for you, Ilithor. Is your book visible?
I don't imagine it is. It's like in my on my character sheet it's listed like on me. I don't know where it would be. I'd imagine I don't have like a book lariat or anything, so I imagine it's just like in my robes or somewhere.
So what I think you'll see as you're looking them up and down is, first of all, not a great gauge, but enough to identify pretty quickly, especially with the way he's dressed. Definitely some kind of spellcaster. But the next thing that you do notice is a very faint glow coming from beneath his shirt. It glows very faintly and then recedes, glows very faintly and then recedes and then stops glowing.
is that similar to the way that it worked when when it's
Yes, when
giving
it
me
gave you that
instructions?
message. Yep.
Oh yeah, you said it's underneath his shirt.
Sorry, just to interject, I have never seen my book do that though, right?
You have
It
never
doesn't
seen
glow
your
like that?
book do that. No, yours
Okay.
normally vibrates to you.
Okay, got it. Sorry, go on.
That is very interesting. Where did you come across that?
Come across what?
That book.
I like look down at where I keep my book.
Yeah, when you look down, you'll
back.
see your book actually now glows a couple of times, like his did.
I'll look at the rest of the party and just say, I think me and this individual need to speak privately for a moment. If that's okay.
Well, so far I haven't even understood a word you've been saying, but
I've been introducing us and getting to know him or them. I don't know their gender, but I think there's something that it's a private matter. If you wouldn't mind. Is there? I look around. Is there somewhere where there's like a more like secluded area?
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of little secluded places throughout this
I'll
area.
just like pull back my robe a bit to like reveal like the edge of the book and just like point to like a private, like the area that I see is more private, and I'll just start walking over there.
Yeah, I'll just sit at the table where the person was sitting.
Yeah.
I'll take my drink over there.
As they okay, you take the drink. I was gonna say, I was
course.
gonna offer Tug the potential to drink your drink, but no.
That filthy Tug.
Yeah.
What
so
the fuck?
I just give like a quick like look around, make sure no one's like specifically looking at us or this table, and if I'm comfortable with that, I'll pull up my book.
Yeah.
And just say, do they look similar? Does this book look similar to
So
mine?
they look somewhat similar. It takes a little while looking at it because, first of all, there is a lot more heft to this book that this person is carrying. But when you inspect it more carefully, you'll notice that the book is still decorated in a similar way. The metal edging on the corners and the bit of accents, the light accenting on the spine, but the plainness of it. It's really like the extraordinary plainness that, aside from these little metal tidbits that are here, it otherwise looks like the world's plainest, most like couple of months old kind of book. It's designed to, it looks kind of like it's aged a little bit, but not too aged. It's designed to also look like it's relatively new to make sure, it just doesn't give off that like ancient, valuable book kind of vibe or that filled with somebody's important secrets kind of vibe. It just has this like kind of casually plain book look to it.
Curious. Did that book come to you in a moment of need? Give you some advice, perhaps?
Yes, it did.
I have my book out and I just like tap the cover and say, as did mine. It appears we have we serve a similar person interested in us. Have you discovered much about it?
Not a lot. I've had it for like a little over a year, right?
Yeah, a little over a year.
I've had it for about a little over a year.
Do you want to know more about it?
Do you know more about it?
I do, but perhaps it's not my place to reveal those things to you yet. The thing or the being that writes to you in that book, it favors secrecy. Perhaps it favors revealing knowledge to you when it sees fit, but it seems to have revealed to me, or at least to both of us, that we were meant to meet here this day. As our books signaled to each other. Can't be a coincidence.
Come on, where'd it go? There, okay.
Yeah,
That's not something that Sulanol would do, correct?
So yeah, this is something you've asked yourself about a lot. Sulanol does reveal knowledge to their like brothers, as they are referred to. But normally Sulanol is not this indirect about it. When Suinol is revealing something, like, other people are going to know about it. Suinol is all about revelations, right? So normally there's a group discussion and bam, people come to like the understanding. Here you're like being spoon-fed the information that is necessary to you without external input. So it's sort of not Suinol-esque. Yeah, just leave it with that. But I also need you to give me a gauge check in part of what Illithor said there. And Illithor, do you have any... I'm not saying that you're doing this, but give me a diplomacy with what it was that you said. So what I want to kind of get at is you notice a sort of way in what Illithor said that comes off as a bit of a... Like there's a moment of hesitation that's just enough that makes you feel like he might still know a little bit more than what he said, but maybe just it isn't right to tell you. It doesn't seem malicious, but definitely feels like he definitely knows more about this book than you do overall, is what I'm kind of going at with this gauge.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but it also feels like, to me anyways, that like, I mean, if it's related to the book has given me the information when I need it, not necessarily when I want it, so that's not surprising too much.
Yeah, it's sort of like when an educator is talking about something and they specifically skip over something that's like, we'll talk about this later. And that's the cue you get from him when he mentions it the way that he mentions it. Sort of what I was going for there. I wanted to make sure that since you're playing a character that's paranoid, you could have heard that the other way and thought he was trying to deliberately keep a secret from you.
Well, I feel like he is deliberately withholding information because it sounds like he does know more than I do.
For your benefit in this particular case, and not for your detriment.
Yeah, I don't know how much more he knows than me, but he does know at least something.
Yeah, and I want to be kind of clear, since this is going to come up. This is sort of how we're going to play with paranoia, with that trait. So what's going to happen is in certain situations that come up where information is being exchanged, I may ask somebody to make a check against you to see if it triggers anything for you specifically. And then we'll kind of expand from that. You can still have your own little worries about those things, but here I just want to make it clear that you're going to have some extra situations where we're going to let the dice kind of decide how you feel, in what direction you might feel, or whether or not you feel there's a bit more sincerity than usual.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Carry on with your conversation.
So I suppose it would be going against what I know of this book to tell me that information now, wouldn't it not?
I don't know. I'm just being careful. We're dealing with things greater than ourselves.
You too, huh?
Yes. All I know, all I think I know is that we were meant to meet this day, or whoever is pulling the strings behind these books, they wanted us to meet. And it just so happens we're in need with, and I kind of just like vaguely motion to his whole body. You seem like someone who can take a punch, can hold the line, defend those that can't do so. I like also vaguely motion behind me to the table with Tug and Thaddeus, and just say we're not
Squishy
this strong.
ones?
Yes, we hit our stride at range. We don't like to be up close and personal, and we just recently lost someone who valiantly held the line as best they could, but they weren't as armored or seemingly as destined, and I'll tap the book again, to be with us, perhaps.
I'm sorry to hear of your loss, but
they were a
perhaps,
brave person.
But
Sigmund
perhaps
was his name.
Sigmund.
When you hear the word Sigmund, there's something about that just you feel a connection to.
Like it feels like I know, I've heard that name before, but I don't know why.
Yeah, it feels like you've heard that name before, but can't recall ever seeing anyone named Sigmund.
Perhaps it was a name that I read in a book somewhere. There's a few famous authors with that name, so
Really?
yes, it's usually more romance and fluff, but they have they have a name, that name anyways. But anyways, perhaps that's what it was.
Well, you could take some time to think on it. We are planning on adventuring near the 5th depth here. We have a task to do. If you're agreeable to it, we share our loot. We're currently, I motion to Tug. He's currently our leader. We're taking jobs from the Temple of Lars. If you care about any of that, I am just really using it to a means to an ends right now. But they're a group of good people, as far as I
Even
can
the
tell.
even the follower of Lars.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're my best friends, but we work together well enough. They're set on purpose. I'm sure you have your own goals that you're working on. I have mine, and this group is helping me obtain those.
Hey Steve, would I have any reason to believe that he's in any way connected with the people that are looking for me?
No, the feeling, I think in this particular case, you have a strange feeling of camaraderie with this person. In addition to like that statement about that Sigmund fellow, there's just something here that kind of
And it would be
feels
difficult for me
oddly
to.
right.
It would be difficult for me to like feel like somebody with that book would be working with them and be coming to find me and seeking
Yeah,
my
especially
help.
since the book has been very clear about not like leading people like this to you.
Well, if that is the case, obviously I would like to know what your goal is, what your mission is, but I should warn you ahead of time that there are people looking for me, which is why I am down here to begin with.
Well, I think you'll find that all of us have pasts that we are wanting to forget or get away from.
Yes,
That's not an
that
issue for
is.
me, but you may want to. We'll want to have a full discussion with the other members here if you're interested. I don't want to waste their time if you're not
Of
even
course.
interested.
Of course, I wouldn't want to burden you with that if it were, if we were to work together. I would not want to surprise you with that.
Have you changed your identity, concealed who you are, so that these people have a harder time finding you?
I've done things to make it more difficult to find me, yes, such as coming down here. It is a good place for surface dwellers to get lost in the crowd, so to
Do they
say.
know your name?
They knew my name. They knew my old name, anyways. The new name I
Right.
have chosen is not, as far as I know, they are not aware of it, no.
I nod. Excellent. That's a good path. I think you'll
Yes,
find that many of us have probably walked a similar line.
yes.
But
It
if
is a
you're
common
interested,
thing.
before we do formal introductions, maybe I should gather the. Do you speak the common tongue? They don't speak as
Oh,
civilized as us.
I speak plenty of languages. I'm gonna code switch, or not code switch. I'm gonna switch switch over to Terran and kind of start speaking that a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know Terran actually, but I'll just say like they speak the common tongue. I'll say in common. Do you
It
understand?
confuses you for a moment. The thing is, you know another language that's close, so at first you think like, oh, he speaks the language of the wait, no, that's not the water people. What is that?
Yeah, I know random languages too, but not that.
Oh, speaking of, I know I asked you this before, but Aquan or whatever gives you
I have that.
Celestial or
Aquan gives you access to Celestial.
access to it. Okay,
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure because when I was picking my languages, I forgot what that meant.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're interested, we can begin formal introductions. I'll gather the rest of the group, and we can see if they take well to you.
Sure.
If this
Yes.
is interesting to you. Okay. Well, wait here. I'll bring them over, and I'll go over to the table with Thaddeus and Tug and say,
Well,
I think I found ourselves a good frontliner, someone who can handle themselves.
all
He
right.
seems like a stand-up person. He has a bit of a past, but who doesn't?
Don't care.
Perfect.
Hello. How you
Wait.
doing?
Yeah, I'll bring them over, and just I'll start and just say I am Illithor, and like
Name's
pass it over
Tuck.
to them.
My name is Thaddeus Ravencroft, and this, as I just like open up my like coat, is Echo, and you see a raven in my like coat.
Why did you pick that up?
That's news to us. Hello.
This man is underground about 40 miles deep and opens up his, or 40 feet deep, and opens up his coat to reveal a bird that he did not have 40 feet up ago.
Well, let's just say that I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of like, you know, after Sig died. My thought process was, we need something to be able to scout ahead and let us kind of know of dangers coming up, and also I just kind of needed a friend in that moment. And I didn't want to burden you guys because, you know, like, you're these hardened, toughened, like, adventurer types, and I just, you know, I didn't want to seem soft or anything, so, you know, I just made a friend in a way.
Does Illithor in any way look hardened or toughened?
It's more like just gauging off of the reactions after Sig's death. Kind of like, you know, like I didn't respond in like distress or anything, but I was more just like in the moment. I'm like, all right, we gotta like take care of it. But you know, seeing Illithor talking about forgetting people and just like, and Tug is kind of just business as usual. I was like, okay, I don't know if I can like dump the emotional things onto these people.
So,
But
go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, here's my new friend, Echo Tane Ravenscroft.
Yeah, as he reveals it, it doesn't look like it looks Raven-esque, but it is, the picture does not do it a little bit of justice, which I am a little disappointed by, but the board is translucent. You can see between it. There is like this tint of this kind of purplish, this darkish purplish color that it lays over top of whatever it sits in front of. And it also has these antlers that come up from it that are very translucent. In fact, they have a bit of light that they give off from itself. And it looks to the two of you that are familiar with it to have some energy that looks similar to when Thaddeus fabricates the items that he has with his hands.
Out of curiosity, is that translucent plastic that they put on for Hero Forge?
Yes, that doesn't render out well when you try to apply it to things.
It looks like it's trying to be translucent, and it almost does it, but
yeah,
the color's a little too dark.
Yep.
But it looks cool, though. I like it.
I'm guessing this came from the watch?
Nah, this is kind of just me.
So, your friend Sigmund died, and then became a bird from your watch? What is happening?
No. I don't have that kind of parasocial relationship, okay? This is strictly just a friend I needed during a hard time, seeing someone I cared about die a horrendous death in front of me, and knowing I couldn't do anything to stop it. So this is just kind of I want to do something to have solutions to problems.
But I will be needing your crossbow potentially in bolts.
Oh, we have some time. Do you want to like set up a area to fix Malin at all?
No, I might not be able to get the supplies from here.
Oh, okay.
But I ain't shooting there until we get down there, and I get her fixed from the lab. Well, at least there's some things I can use.
I just whispered, and he named his gun.
Is that what that thing is?
You don't actually see it. That's the best thing. It's in the basically back up holding up a cloak.
Oh, you're right.
So I don't have anything on me.
Well,
what is a
Gun?
gun?
Guns common. They're not
I mean,
common,
Guns are not super common, but people will have seen some people may have
know.
seen a gun before. But I would honestly assume that it's plausible for Bronya to have not seen a gun at all.
Or at least not been told that it was a gun, if I have seen one.
But currently it's not visible at all on my person even, so.
Is that the watch?
Some sort of mechanical contraption that fires projectiles at a rate I've not seen before. Doesn't compare to magic, but it's close. Seems like it would appear as magic to someone who wouldn't understand the mechanics of it.
That is odd. Anyways,
deadly.
Good to know.
Right, we still have some time over.
Oh, yes, I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Bronya. It is nice to meet you, and I will gesture to everybody, including Echo.
Pleasure for now, at least. We'll see if it lasts long. That's not a death joke, it's more of the fact that we'd met about 2 minutes ago, and we'll see if the party will last. If you aren't working well together, then probably won't continue to work together.
Well, yes, of course, because I was going to say that it doesn't look like you guys will survive many hits if you go down much further than here without somebody to protect you. But
I can survive a decent amount of hits, it's more of getting hit in the first place that's the issue.
Yes, of course.
But we still have some time, probably still before we should rest up. Bronya, how long have you been down here by chance?
I've been down here for over a year, a little over a year.
Do you know of anybody that might have some exotic parts that they would be off for trading?
Down here, down in this specific place, no. This is not for... No one really carries materials besides their own, and are usually not willing to trade them due to scarcity.
No, unfortunately, I do not know too many people down here that have scarce materials for trade.
Well, in that case... Thaddeus?
Yes.
The crossbow.
Well, I guess I have bombs and a knife. So, here you go. I'm gonna just, I'll gift you this stuff.
Yeah.
My character sheet.
The bolts, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fit that in one of the pockets of the Ende Spendalier?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So at least I won't have to worry about the weight of that part.
That's one crossbow. And I will gift you the bolt.
Excellent. So are we all agreed?
Ooh,
we'll set off together?
Only have Battlemap... Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I have marked.
They're just marked really weird for some reason.
Yeah, it's because I duplicated them instead of just adding them directly to the sheet. It's weird.
Gotcha, okay. So you have 18 in total. Steve, can I get more bolts down here?
Where would you get more bolts?
I would ask around, potentially somebody has any spares.
No.
Oh, yeah, I have a feeling probably not.
You don't have long to go. You've only got maybe one more combat if it happens to go.
Well, let's fucking hope. Because she said that I'm fairly sure that at least I can repair her down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just hope that this is enough.
Oh, yeah.
That's very weird. What a weird.
I mean, I'm a believer.
Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting. All right, so you're heading off. All right.
Oh yeah, we all agreed we're going to work together.
Yes.
At least up for the trial period. I'm guessing he'll have talk to you about the reward, how that system works and stuff.
Yes, he brought it up briefly. I do. Well, he mentions that I do have people looking for me. Partially, hence why I am so covered. It makes it a little bit more difficult to determine who is under the armor. But I do not intend to bring them to you. It has been a long time since I've seen them, but I want you to be aware that they exist.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't fucking care who's trying to look for you. Neither will I necessarily rat you out. But I might not necessarily help you either. At least not in the current moment.
That is fine, as long as you do not give away my my location or my identity. Then we are fine.
I currently have no reason to do so.
I suppose that is about as much as I can expect from people I have just met. That is fair.
That's how I fucked that up. Well, can I get somebody real quick to give me a d20 minus 18?
D20 minus 18.
Yep.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Oh no, the implications.
Rania, do you want some healing potions?
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, I do have a little bit of healing myself, but I suppose it would be helpful to have more.
Yeah, if you're doing your job well, you'll use these more than I will, so here you go.
Also,
Thank
you
you.
should know that if you're dropping on the ground, they'll still stay there for a few seconds, so you can breathe that in.
Yeah, they're made by our wonderful Thaddeus himself over here.
Is that a common? Is that a common thing that I've ever seen before? Vaporous potions.
No.
That is new to me. I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, you know,
Well-
when you're good at what you do, that's not brag.
Yeah. So let's go to a familiar place in your route of travels, where it all transpired. I think Tug or Thaddeus should have a light source that for some reason this version does not have. So give me a sec here to re-add your light source. There you go. Some light for all of you down there. But yeah, you recognize this intersection as you come to it. Sigmund's body is nowhere to be found, though.
No.
And I'm assuming all of his loot as well.
Yes.
Well, no, the loot is that. The body's gone.
Nope, the loot is gone.
The loot is gone. Tragic. I
But
think there's two of me.
is there? I did not see the other you on the map. Is it underneath somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
they're
not
all
have that.
Yeah, I'm still loading in.
Okay.
There we go. Finally.
All right. Yeah.
Any
So
more?
you all know the trap. You all know the trap that is ahead,
And activated.
huh? And it
And it
has
has
been.
been
Yep, it has procced.
I'm actually I'm gonna send Echo ahead so that he can kind of see if there's anything further up that we
Okay.
need to be worried about.
Okay, it's trying to wind itself up in the cord. Yeah, you
Aw.
can send Echo ahead. Let me bring up Echo. Bloop.
Just before the phone. I don't know, Thaddeus, and I'll just pick up a random block, Steve,
Uh-huh.
and just like yeet it in the area where it would be, in case it reset.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yep. The bird is good to go. Won't get shot.
Wait, Doug. That we remember that thing was only triggered by living matter, or a creature of some sort.
Damn. Somebody had to remember, didn't they?
What is it?
I guess it just didn't really matter much considering a Wraith triggered it, which I guess
Yeah,
is living,
it
but
needs,
not.
like, it's a creature, and I think it needs like a creature, not an inanimate object.
What's
a trap.
where is this trap?
I'll like point it out. The hole with
Yeah,
the.
basically right here is as you approach the edge of the hallway.
Are you good at dealing with those?
The
Not
sort of sense, of
particularly.
course, we know last time, if you came in contact with it, it would fire off. The Wraith did, but we don't know if the thing resets down this bloody place.
Is it triggered by motion, or I'm assuming that these holes or something, if it passes through, or is it a pressure plate, or
It's a sense in there, you can crawl under it, did that. But if something in the airbase has just like point the entire fucking air, something, I guess, living, however how that's meant to be classified, goes through there,
And-
it shot out a bolt last time.
And it shoots it out through these. There was 3 holes, right?
No, I believe there was just one that's at like waist level for the average
Okay.
height person.
Okay.
Well,
Don't know if it's a one-time thing or if it's...
are there any
Magic
bolts on the other
bolts.
side of the wall, or like from when this
No,
went off?
strangely enough,
Or...
they are not.
And they are just regular bolts?
Well,
we
didn't
never
really
We
have
never
time
got
to
to
inspect them,
test it
considering there was
out.
a wraith chasing us down.
Valid point. My apologies. I will go up to where the hole is and put my shield directly in front of the hole.
Okay. You put your shield in front of the hole? I guess your arm
And
would
I
go
will-
with it. Hold on. It's technically
Yeah.
going to get to make an attack because as you're moving your arm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it triggers when I do that, and hopefully block the hole up.
It's plus that, right? 1 sec.
I suppose that should probably be right here then.
It's plus. Oh, no, it's way higher than I thought it was. Okay. It's a 30 hit.
Well, then my question goes this deep, though. How far in the bolt, like, how far back is the bolt from where it gets fired? Because, as you said, he's clutching the hole.
Yes, I understand what he is trying to do. I also understand how certain things can work based on the way he's moving. So there is a slight possibility. He is getting a bonus here, but it rolled exceptionally well. I was giving him an
Upsettingly
8-point
high.
bonus to his AC.
Oh God, really?
So like as he's moving the shield close. The best way I'm gonna rule it is that like he moves the shield and thinks he's got it over top and moves it just slightly, and it like grazes across the top of his arm. But gets like a huge chunk out of it as it gets like right between the nick where your arm and your armor and the shield would have been. Just really hurt your hand like hell. But you adjust the shield quickly back over the hole, and you'll notice that like there is no arrow on the other side of where it hit.
Well, I'll just take
That's supposed to be more
one of
like
the potions
this,
out and sort of hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. I will drink the potion.
Yeah, I'll just give you one. So you don't need to remove one from yours. I'll just remove one of mine.
Okay.
All that's happening.
Well, I'll roll it and then I will add one.
Well,
It should add.
Yeah, I'll just actually. Never mind, that's the wrong one. Here goes. You get.
That's fine.
Well, one of you needs to adjust your potions up.
Well, it's me
I'll
that
add-
needs. Yeah.
There we go.
So
Just because it would add it automatically when I do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending.
Maybe it
yeah,
didn't.
Go ahead. Just so
You
can-
are sending Echo ahead. Echo will get shot.
Really?
Oh
As
my
he's
God.
Flying above.
It's the flying thing is above and then not below.
So you're not exactly sure, but there's a reason I'm doing this. So Echo flies in through a specific place, and the arrow will. This is an exceptionally, again, luck being a 33. This is an exceptionally high roll it needed, but you will watch as it like flicks off of the other wall, off of the wall, and then bounces towards Echo. However, it does not quite hit, but it nearly clips Echo as the like bounce occurs. So it hits, bounces up and towards where Echo is. But Echo manages to kind of slip underneath it and keep moving. But as you were told,
I did last. I'm getting on the ground and I'm crawling on them.
It's
yeah.
not safe.
I
Just get
still
on the
need a
ground.
reflex save from you as you're doing that.
Yeah, but that's compared to fucking. Seems to get hit, Shaka.
Echo will report and flying that there are no signs of any enemy in the area, as you were told there would not be.
I'm just gonna have Echo like fly high up so you can just have like a vantage point to see if
Okay.
anything's coming.
Yeah, Tug, you can slip underneath and onto the other side.
Yeah, I will do the same. Just belly on the ground and just crawl.
Is there a trigger for this? Is there something to stop this from happening? No?
Mother.
We couldn't
find the trigger last time, whatever, and something gets in the area and it shoots, so we couldn't find a way to stop it.
Yeah, Thaddeus, you are going underneath. Does a 29 hit? Or I'm sorry, does a 19 hit?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why did that roll get plus 4 to AC?
Oh, because it's
a ranged attack, right?
Huh?
It does get plus 4 to AC against ranged attacks. And I'm guessing this classifies as a ranged attack?
Wait, who's getting plus 4 to ranged attacks?
No, to AC from ranged attacks.
Oh, because he's on the ground, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so add 4 to your AC.
Even then.
Well.
Okay. Then yeah.
I only have 14 AC.
You're crawling underneath it, and you think you're all the way beneath, and you like kind of stand up a little too quickly, and it like gets you right across your lower back, for 5 points.
What happens to? You said it doesn't shoot out like arrows per se, or does it?
It shoot you from where you're standing. You watch an arrow this time shoots out, and as soon as it grazes his skin, it disappears.
Fucking magic bullshit.
Magic.
Did we rest, or is this the same day Sigmund died?
No, we would have rested.
We had to have rested because we were leveled up.
Yeah, we were ruling that there was time enough for you guys to rest there and then meet the new person. So.
All right, I just I shift through the square.
Yep.
Shift 5 feet past it.
Yep. Nice cheaty bullshit, John. Nice cheaty bullshit.
I suppose I will attempt to crawl on the ground, as it seems that's the
yeah
non-magical way to get across.
Give me a reflex save.
Wait, you can shift 5 feet for every 5 feet for every 2 levels you possess. So you can only shift 5.
Okay, so if you want to be technical about it, Christian, I could say I ready a shift for when that thing shoots.
Okay, that's what it is. It's like my mind's like, wait, how is this working? It wasn't a bad thing. It's like,
things all the time. Just relax. It's fine. It's a 5 foot. It needs to be 10 feet. It's fine. I can technically ready the action and then do it that way if you want.
No, I just didn't know like how it would function. So that's the way it would be done. Okay.
So you get under there successfully. 15 is what you needed.
Thank goodness for Chef Boy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, right, he rolled a 8. I looked at my own, it's like, wait, but didn't Fetish roll 16? No, that was me. No, man.
All right.
I'm going to bed after this.
And yeah, remember that you guys need to head north of here. So there is a door to the south here, if you'd like to explore it, but you are moving down this hallway and needing to head north whenever you find a way north.
I sort of look back, waiting for the scientists to get by and to see how that shit fucking goes.
I hate that you asked that question. I wanted the excitement of you finding out you lost 2 scientists from the hallway.
Yeah, it's like I just stand there and it's like, be careful, there are a trap here, we don't really know how to disable it.
Yeah, I will roll...
But I will have potions ready in case some of the fuckers start bleeding.
Yeah, see, I would try and go for a disabled device here, except I don't know what I would be disabling because everything seemed magical in nature.
Is there anything at this side of the room that would perhaps trigger it, or...
We have no fucking idea, but as far as I know, last time you were down here was a rape, so it could be gone. It could also be somewhere fucking down here.
3 of the scientists... One of the scientists is dead. Like, actually dead.
What the hell is that roll?
No, I was rolling them all as a bundle.
So
one of the scientists just like, yeah, just the arrow nails it straight in the fucking throat. Just dead. They don't have enough AC. There's no sense in me making the attack roll.
Yeah, no, but I was saying, okay, even if they have 1 HP and 10 con.
Who the fuck says they have 10 con? These are min-maxed scientists. They don't care about their fucking constitution. These fuckers took 7s in con. They're all fucking elves, so they've got like 5s. They have like 1 hit point because they have to have a hit point legally.
Okay, then, I guess, yeah.
There it is.
And if they're
As
level 1s,
as
we're
an
also
alchemist,
going out
yeah,
from that,
I
I'm
get it.
guessing.
Yeah.
I understand.
They are skill monkeys. So the way to explain this, so that for those of you that don't know about my NPC classes, just to be clear, I have NPC expert classes that I've modified. They basically get skill bonuses as they level up. So they get like a skill focus as a feat. They probably started with their other feat as a one of the other skill focus adjacent things. So they just have a shit ton of skills. Their job is literally research.
But if a rock falls in the pinky, they die.
No, they're just not used to taking a full power arrow to a part of their body.
I mean, okay,
the one that gets hit with a 7 and the one that hits with a 5 goes unconscious, but they're not dead. But the one that got hit with the 7 is knocking on death's door.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess,
So,
yeah, because I'm guessing...
I need a decision as to whether or not you want to save the I need a decision as to whether or not you want to save one of the two that goes, the other two that goes down, not from an arrow in the throat.
I see the one that, like, clearly, like, very quickly bleeding out. Fucking pop the potion, drink it on him.
Okay.
We move the body out of the way first.
I have a healer's kit.
Yeah, you can try to healer's kit as well. So, but Tug, there's not much time to talk, so you can be working on the one that
like, I see Lieutenant that guy was like seconds about to die, and just like, nope.
Roll me a heal check. Yep. So you can stabilize the other one. You guys can carry the other one across the line. Tug, pour me out your potion for the potentially dead homie. You'll get him back to being not dying anymore, and can also shoulder him up and start carrying away.
So that is what you meant by a vaporous potion.
Yeah, so it's like, Sifu, here you go. At least 2 of them left.
He'll just throw him up on shoulders.
Yep.
They knew what they were signing up for. Let's carry on.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, the look on their faces says they didn't know what they were signing up for, but also says that they don't really feel like they can just leave now, especially.
I mean, they're both unconscious, so...
I mean, the other 5 researchers that are here that are thinking like, maybe we go back, and then they look at the trap and they're like, maybe we don't go back.
There's nothing in this room, I'm assuming?
There's a door to the south and a way to go forward to the west.
Well, we're going that way.
Okay, not gonna explore the door? No one wants to be a
super
cool exploradora?
Down here. I fucking don't want to stumble upon a wraith again or some shit.
All right, make your way. Make your way uptown.
I might do something. Is it like a closed door kind of thing?
It is a closed door. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have my raven fly down to the door then.
Okay.
And I'm going to have the raven, because valets are an interesting thing. I'm gonna have my familiar cast open close on the door.
Ooh. Yeah.
I swear, there's a wraith behind that thing. I will shoot you first and leave your blood to it.
The door will open.
Alright, my bad. Thaddeus.
You want to keep sending the raven down?
That's why I'm sending the raven, because if anything bad happens, we'll have more than enough time to leave.
I emotionally communicate with my scorpion and be like, I would never do that to you.
You're sending Echo in there to potentially die?
I'm sending Echo to investigate.
Yeah, keep your exploring going. I'll let you know if and when you see something.
Well, you need to sense us with it, right?
You find... Hold on. Echo will report a discovery. Just a feeling of finding something.
A feeling of finding something. Is there any danger in that feeling?
No sense of danger. Just finding something.
Echo has found something down the hall. Not dangerous. He's not feeling any danger.
How long have you known Echo?
Well, about 2 minutes. Well, no, at this point, 3 hours.
Look, it's on you. If we want to just focus on the objective, we can just focus on the objective.
Oh, and I'll send found something. Let's see what it is.
Well, Echo did not die going down there, so that's good.
I'm not committed to anything. I'm just prioritizing group safety over anything. If you think it's a risky bet, considering what we found down here earlier, we can just move on.
Is it an OSHA violation?
What?
OSHA.
What
OSHA.
There's no oceans down here.
Sure, you can look ahead. I guess if there's nothing scary, sure, go for it. Just don't take too long. Also, be careful of traps, I guess.
Aye, sir.
Do you detect traps? Are you the one who does this? I look at Thaddeus.
I am the one that can disable traps.
Mhm.
Technically, Sigmund was meant to also spot them. He wasn't very good at it, though. Well, no, that's a lie. He found them a lot of the times with his foot.
You know what? Just out of paranoia, can I just roll a perception to see if there's any traps that's like
Sure.
along the
Give
hall?
me a perception.
I'm following you, by the way. I'm staying within 5 feet of you.
Perception.
Oh. I suppose I will try to assist. Or do my own perception, or however that would work in this situation.
Yeah. There are seemingly no traps.
I'll cast detect magic behind them.
Yeah.
Yes. As will I. I'm gonna follow next to the outwards.
Yeah. You will find a small pile of goods just laying on the ground. That is what is there.
Well done.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. There's one more thing.
One more thing. Rafe comes out of the walls.
Oh no! Now I just realized what you said.
Yeah, it's the rest of your shit.
It's all your stuff.
What? Why are there so many rations in this room?
I feel like you should take this loot.
Thaddeus kind of cries a little bit.
There's no body though.
This is likely the loot of our fallen companion.
Oh. I suppose you would like some of this stuff as sentimental value. Maybe this teapot? What?
He was a oriental sort.
That feels somehow offensive.
I mean it in the most positive way possible. As if he brought a unique flair that none of us really could replicate.
Knew I should have gotten a silk kimono.
But
yeah, because it might have survived.
Yeah, right. Just find a silk kimono down here.
But yeah, if you would like, you can carry these items.
Okay, I am not particularly strong.
Are you taking who's taking what from the items? I need to know, because some of the items I will just move to your sheet.
Fair sure in this case it just goes mule back goes
the potion of shield doesn't even exist because that was an infusion.
It's just an inert.
So that's gone.
So that's just like
you'll see that as just like a jar that is very clearly Thaddeus's.
It's branded.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what I'm just thinking
TR.
I mean, hey, your family works as merchants. You would have your own symbol that you put on everything.
That is true.
The stuff you want to take it.
Oh, was that directed at me?
I'm just gonna take. I just want the teapot.
Okay, I will send you the teapot.
I'll take the grooming kit.
1 sec. Let me send the teapot to Thaddeus.
Do we do I know that this is
kit?
Do I know that this is muleback hordes or?
No, but the rest of them can let you know that they're muleback hordes.
Oh, I suppose I could take this and carry things. I'm not particularly strong, but
there it is.
Neither was the last one.
Oh,
there was the reason I bought that.
All right, I will give Branya the muleback cords.
A tent?
my God.
This is a
ask,
like,
just
This is a
don't-
large tent.
This
is-
Don't ask.
we
Just
found
don't ask.
your we found your rations that you gave the
This will
signal.
fit.
That's
Should we
alright.
bring this tent with us? This tent will fit easily all of us. Why is it so... Anyways.
Like I said, don't ask.
You do now feel like, though, Branya, you can carry so much stuff.
Oh, yeah, I am. Oh, wait, did you...
It's on your character sheet.
Oh, that's right. I've got to do the adjustment at the bottom.
Oh, no, it doesn't do itself? Hold on.
No, that's not the kind of magical item. It doesn't work that way. It has to. You have to code it in there.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize it wasn't pre-coded.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Because it.
Should I...
You can
sorry,
you can
go ahead.
add directly to carry strength. Because it's what?
A
Plus
bonus carry strength 8?
8? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it already?
I
I'm
just did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I will. We both did it, so I will do -8.
Yeah.
Oh God. Wait
No,
a minute.
not -8. I'm just gonna put a 0 in there, like it should be.
Just stop doing
will-
anything, Ryan. Hands
Yeah.
off the keyboard.
I think now it's
you go.
active.
You have the bonus carry strength.
Thank you.
It's a cursed item. Give
I
you
will-
-8.
the rat back cords.
Not the rat. Oh, I forgot that I put that rat in my thing. I don't actually have a rat. I was just gonna put it on my sheet and then send it to Tug, but I forgot that I just added that, so I'm gonna remove that.
What the?
I just saw it when I was looking for rations, and I just typed rat, and I was like, rat. I'm gonna put that in Tug's inventory.
All right.
And
Is
at one
anybody
point
taking the rations? Is anybody taking the traveler's any tool? Is anybody taking torches? The soap?
I grabbed the torches.
Okay, I'll give you the torches.
If nobody else is taking the any tool, I'll grab that, I suppose, because it looks relatively expensive,
It is,
or it doesn't look
quite
like a mundane item.
useful.
No. It is
Um,
It is not.
I guess we
mundane.
could just give your share of potions to.
Yeah, like those 6 just straight up that are yours to use.
Okay. Then
Okay,
will
I
just
do
give
have
them to
a-
Branya.
Branya.
I do have a measure of healing myself, or not healing myself,
Trust me,
but
you'll need
myself have
You'll need
Yeah, well, welcome to this place where wrong step and you're breaking your ankle.
What about the food? Is Branya also going to be forced to carry these rations? These dead
If she
rations?
can, without it doing too much to her. If not, then no.
It will take 5 rations.
Okay. Well, I'll move the rest then to Branya.
I realize.
I'm just consolidating my
I'm
cure level
lacking
potions.
in- Oh no, I'm using my backpack. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, and
I will move 5
potion of reduced person if you want those.
there. I already gave them to Branya.
There we go.
Oh, I have 25 rations.
To Thaddeus.
Yes,
Oh, did you
25
did you already have 10 yourself when you started?
I bought 10 myself, yeah.
All right.
I
Anybody
did.
taking the
Not a
soap?
No, I got like 10 soaps now.
I also think that soap might be dirty.
It
Considering it's
is
been
a
on the
little
ground.
dirty, but who doesn't like dirty soap?
I'm not a-
Branya, do you
In
actually
fact,
benefit from
hold
getting
on.
smaller?
To anti-advertise, you know what dirty soap is? It's fucking Dr. Squatch. That's some dirty ass soap. Don't use Dr. Squatch.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but
I
sure.
don't know what that is.
That
either.
thing that Steve constantly got ads for on
Still
YouTube all the way
constantly
back
getting
when.
ads on YouTube for.
always and forever. It's
So you
literally
guys
just
done down there?
hilarious.
Yeah, we're delegating loot. Branya, do you benefit from getting smaller, or no?
They're already on Brunya's sheet.
Yeah, that's on.
Okay.
you can
Not
give it-
particularly.
mind if
I
you
guess it would make
hand
me
those
harder
to
to
me?
hit. But oh yes, I can give them to you. But I don't necessarily need them.
Well, yeah.
Potion
you
of
can make
reduced
use of them?
person. Not particularly.
All right. Well, I can make use of it.
Where is? Hey, nope, not Hadrian.
Illithor.
Oh, there we go. I think I sent them to you.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Tug. We got our stuff. Let's go.
Right?
It was Sigmund's old stuff.
Fair enough.
Let us onward and the onward.
I got this grooming kit if you wanted to remember Sigmund by. I look at Tug. Is he groomed well?
Tug,
Of
how
course
is
not.
Tug groomed? Is Tug a scruffy kind of person?
Yeah, I think like takes care of himself to a degree, but it's not to like comb hat all the way back. And so it's like there's like you can see that he works and that the stuff that he does is like physical labor and stuff like that. He goes through shit. But it isn't that like he's dirty fucking flies is around him and shit.
He's not trying to impress anybody with his appearance.
Well, it looks like you could use this kit if you want it.
I'm fine.
You
It's part of
sure?
the work.
You don't want to track any lady tugs?
If a woman doesn't like the way that I look because of the way that I work, then she can fuck off.
I'd like to attract some lady tugs, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
God, be quiet!
Sorry.
Tug.
I
I suppose we should check this doorway for traps if since the last one was trapped.
Nah, you seem to go. You can handle it. Just why waste time? Just go.
Are you speed running this?
How many potions you got? You got like 1,000 potions now.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, but we're
I'm
running out of
doing the
time.
perception checks for traps.
Yeah, you can do that, but Branya does just walk across and nothing happens.
Branya, I'm just joking.
Well, I'm just not gonna bother then.
Branya, I'm joking. I don't want you to harm yourself. And we're not in a rush.
Omeros, stop there!
What?
Yes. I've already done some of these checks. Omeros,
this
can I get a reflex save from you?
No.
Where you stand?
I'm a god, though.
You are. Unfortunately, in this particular case, you are. But when you say in your head that you're a god, you feel a prod that says, "Don't do that again, or there will be punishments."
Oh my god. It's out of character.
Just giving you a hard time. Whoops. You fall.
Why are you gonna give me damage?
You fall 20 feet. Take 8 points of damage as you step.
Wait, who?
You, Illithor.
My reflex wasn't good enough?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I had the number wrong. I thought you rolled a. I thought you
That's
rolled
a hell of a.
No.
It's a hell of a trap.
So you do
Hell of a
not.
trap.
You step over. Unfortunately, however, the person following behind you is not so lucky.
Oh god,
and they themselves. So one more scientist is dead.
One of my questions is, they've so far always been 30 feet behind us. Now all of a sudden they're
because
fighting?
You waited specifically for them to catch up.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that they would wait again until we get a further head of scout.
There. You're almost there. Why would they wait?
And all of us have made it across with no problem.
Yeah. They're just trying to move quicker now. You all seem to be... After Illithor says, like, hey, you could just go across, not realizing the joke, and everybody starts going across, one of the scientists is just, like, kind of keeping up. And as soon as he drops, like, what was his name? God damn it, where's my name?
Sifu.
Sifu will look at the rest of the scientists and go, that's why you don't be stupid.
True.
Stand back where you're supposed to. You guys go ahead. Sorry. I thought I stopped him, but you know how they are.
I was also surprised he was in the front and not you.
He walked up. I didn't notice him. I looked away for just a sec. He went walking.
I stopped, like, I take, like, something out, like, well, okay. I, like, stomp there, like, but hanging back, so if it opens, nothing happens. On this square.
After a little while, the pit will close back up.
Yeah, but is it just here? Or is it, like, both these squares?
Don't know. Give me a perception check.
Okay, I will. Give me a moment for the skills.
I knew I should have committed to the roll.
Now that you're taking a look at it, yeah, there is a trigger. There's like a rope that goes across the floor here from one side to the other. And it was very hard to see because it's very close to the bottom of the floor. Very, very close. So it's when you step on it that you pull something and it opens it up. And then eventually tension will cause the door to close.
Yeah, I take my boot knife and just...
If you do that, I am going to...
well, okay, I will take 5 foot step back, tell them to step a bit further back, then I'll cut it. Yeah,
so you can make your cut. What will end up happening, though, is you kind of invert the moat. So now you've made a moat for them to cross. right? You've raised the bridges instead of dropping the bridges.
There's an annoying thing like that. Okay.
It was tension pressured, so by cutting it, you have split it the other way.
God, fucking annoying ass bloody traps.
Here though, Branya, why don't you and Thaddeus give me int checks? Actually, all three of the int party members give me int checks, unless you already have an idea of how to solve this.
Well,
okay.
I kind of do, but okay.
Helps as well, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
do that.
I think Thaddeus will put this together. You just need something that you can sort of... Oh, yeah, I forgot you had engineering. So you both will realize you just need something that you can do to kind of stick this in place, like maybe a set of daggers or something like that will just lock it enough. And if people move very quickly, they should be able to get, and very lightly, so maybe like a little bit of jump towards the center, they should be able to get across this with no problem.
Is it like pinpoint
I take
sort of
out
thing?
a dagger, you take out your boot dagger. Let's just get this set up and move on.
It won't fit these rations?
No, it needs to be something like sturdy that's not going to break out of place. So let me have the remaining people roll their d20s. There are... No, 2 of them are being carried, so I only need 4. Yeah, nobody failed at it completely, so they are all able to get across. No problem.
If we need to, we can always use this traveler's any tool for stuff like that.
You know, I'd rather use that traveler's any tool for craft-related activities.
Now we're going north. Please look for traps.
I'm gonna look for traps for all of you.
Fair enough.
Sure,
there you
if
go.
you lose anymore, Pay's gonna get that.
Oh, we saw those rows.
No traps. Yeah, I forgot to hit. I hit the wrong perception button. It's fine. There are no traps as you continue on.
Okay, we're just going north.
Genuinely, and you will make it to the temple.
I was gonna say you don't. I'm
sorry,
you already
the
know, but you probably need
room.
to. You want me to put the that in Foundry thing to switch Sigmunds, or because it rolled for Sigmund?
Oh yeah, I didn't. It's because I didn't click the right. There's a right one that I'm supposed to roll and a wrong one I'm supposed to roll, and I clicked the wrong one. Get Sigmund out of here.
R.I.P.
And I think here, as we arrive, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was showing everything accidentally, but I forgot we've already been here.
Nope. All right, we will take a short break. See you shortly.
My boy, no!
Back. So, the party can arrive here. You guys wanted to drop off the people, and you know that there's stuff here to work with that you can work on to... oh no, actually, you still need materials, right? Though there's a flat surface, you still need materials.
I know that there's also materials that I could use from down here.
Oh yeah, no, we did talk about that. There are materials. That is correct. There's the stuff that was in the room way down here that you can use.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna get some things. I will also... How much does these things weigh, Steve?
Which things?
Like the supplies and stuff that I'm using to repair Malin, in case I wanted to bring some spares with me.
Yeah, you can bring X amount of pounds of supplies with you.
How many pounds of stuff do we need to make repairs?
It'll depend on what happens to the weapon.
Yeah, I understood the Malin when it's 50 pounds. How many pounds am I using for this repair?
It's give me a craft firearms check, and I will tell you. The better the check, the less you'll need to use to repair it. Is basically what it comes down to. That's why it's gonna vary, because it depends on how well he does in his repair attempt.
Down to that and down to that. Okay. Now I can't take 20 on this because normally elites can't on craft checks because there's
a chance of failure. Yep.
Yeah. So in this case, the failure is
you can take 10 though.
Yeah, which I am probably going to do, I think.
Okay.
At least from this time.
Sure.
And we'll see how much this uses. So, yeah. 19 is what it will be.
Okay. On a 19, you'll end up using about 2 pounds of materials.
Okay. How much do I have in total?
Here in this place, there are about 40 pounds of materials.
Okay, so now there are 38 left.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to leave yourself a thing on your sheet to identify 38 pounds of materials as one of your like elsewhere things, to uncheck it from your carried equipment. Or I haven't quite gotten down to what I wanted to, which is having interactable equipments on the table.
I didn't quite understand what you meant.
No, you know how like you can have an item on your sheet that is like 1 pound and it's like gun repair materials. So you could have one that you leave here, you put it in parentheses like gun materials at reagent testing room, and then have another one that is materials that you're carrying on you. So you can separate the two.
That's what you meant. Oh, okay,
Yep.
yeah. Also, quickly, I will just gift. Here you go, Fadis. You can have this back.
Yay! Thank you.
0.01.
But yeah, you are going to do that work. The rest of you can rest here, so everybody can go ahead and rest for the day.
I'm gonna add it up, not there. Miscellaneous.
I will use my Scarify to heal myself before we rest.
Yep. Immediately, the researchers get to work.
Make sure you're very careful. Don't get any liquid on you. You know what? Bad things happen.
They nod their head and they start working carefully, getting out various gloves and other things and getting themselves all extra prepared.
There we go. Do that. Take this off.
I'm gonna go observe this process.
Sure.
Whoops.
But you guys are planning to rest here, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, it hasn't been that long since we like technically left.
True.
Sure.
I don't even think we use any resources really. So
It's up to all of you. I'm not saying you have to, but you'll be here for at least a couple of hours.
It makes sense to at least like be there until like the other assassins fucking wakes up, you know.
Okay.
Because then Fadis comes to take care of them,
Yeah.
make sure they wake up, so everybody's
I'm
like.
just instructing them about
That'll work
like,
then.
process. And...
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so you can give them some good training, some good teaching. You almost have a mishap with one of them already. You get the feeling that like these guys are better than what they sent down here before, but maybe not by much. Thaddeus, you're fairly sure that not all these people are going back.
Look, leave it to the temple to you know, like you need quality guys, but not not indisposable.
Is this the hallway that had all the writing and stuff on it?
This
Or
big
is that a
room in here
different one?
has a bunch of writing on it. Yeah.
The one where I'm at currently?
Yes.
Okay. I will actually stop to look at all that stuff. Because I wanted to see what they were doing, because I have no idea what's going on down here. And if I notice this, that's something I would definitely look into.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
If I can't figure out what it is, I'm going to use comprehend languages.
There's obviously the languages that only you. There's a language that you but nobody else can understand clearly, and then there's a language you do have trouble with, and
These can't.
You try to use comprehend languages on the one that you're really having trouble with. And I will need you to give me a will save when you do that.
Oh, I was expecting a linguistics check, but a will save.
No, you try to understand it, and you feel like the words start making you dizzy. So you cast comprehend languages, you go back and you start looking over it, and like your eyes start to kind of hurt. You know that feeling you get when you're like 36 hours into being awake and your eyes are just like, I fucking hate you, stop trying to look at words.
Yeah, like me at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was finishing up putting stuff on my sheet.
Yeah, that's what you're staring at right now.
Would I be able to use linguistics to try to put it together, like for mundane means without magic?
You can try. Give me a linguistics check along with this, but you are penalized right now from the wording.
Yeah. There we go. I don't really expect a whole lot. My linguistics bonus isn't too high.
While you're doing that, Christian, what is your question?
Can I fit any of the repair bits in one of my pockets? I have still one large one, and a few, three small pockets still empty.
This is based on the Endless Bandolier, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How much do they weigh?
A pound each. My repair bits, so. Especially more just how many I maybe can get in there, because then that is less weight that is weighing me down.
I'll let you be able to carry about 11 pounds of stuff in those pockets.
Oh!
So, you're welcome.
Well, then in that case, I will put it up to 11 and just untick this thing.
Yeah, you can put ones that you can make an extra one for bandolier and then make that uncarried. So it's not added to your weight.
Well, I know how I'm having this on me.
Okay. Gotcha.
So don't worry about that.
Any of these researchers need some food or anything? I've got 25 trail rations, so...
They have their own food.
Gotcha.
So, Bronny, you are looking at some of this stuff, and the text that you're seeing, and the text that you're interpreting, it looks formula-like. So you realize part of why this is hurting is that it's a textual. It's like somebody writing out the order of which the formula should work. A formula should work, but there are very clearly words that don't translate into anything. And reading this, I'm gonna need a fort save from you after you kind of get the feeling, after you start realizing this is a formula.
Yeah, I don't like formulas.
You vomit. Like, you just get to a point where, like, your head is just, like, spinning like crazy. You're like, oh, this is some kind of formula. The researchers will all kind of, like, look at you and make even further distance.
Create water.
Yeah, you kind of try to wash it away as best you can.
Does any of you know what this is, what all of these words are, why this is the way this is?
They all shake their head. A lot of the stuff, though, that you read before that were like a bunch of things that were like implying danger and some kind of warning.
I'll check with the rest of the group to see if they know anything about it.
What? About what?
The writing that was on the wall.
The formulas on the wall over there.
The formulas on the wall?
Yes, the ones on the wall to the what is it, the cauldron? Something of that nature, no?
I knew it was some weird fucking writing, well, at least according to Segment. No idea what the fuck it was.
It's a bunch of it's a bunch of languages. And looks like formulas, perhaps.
No idea. Ain't my expertise, ain't what I got paid to do.
Well, all I know is that reading it made me sick, and I don't know why, but something about the danger.
Yeah, you do feel better now that you're not looking at it. But yeah, you guys can spend a few more hours down here. You don't see any of the scientists die while you're down here.
Yeah, they're all awake now. They've been told and stuff. Mailing is up and going again.
I should have used guidance, damn.
You ready to resume? Anything else you want to do while you're here?
I'm trying to basically figure out if there's a way where I can toss it.
Yeah, while we're resting, I'm just gonna go like.
Mm-hmm.
Can you carry 8 pounds for me?
Nope.
How much of this you trying to carry?
Yeah, I can if you need me to.
You can?
What is it? What is it? Yeah.
The package.
The package?
Yes.
What is the package?
Did you forget what the fuck we're doing down here?
Yeah, remind me.
First, getting these down here wasn't really our main objective, it was the secondary one. The main one is us going down to the 5th level, getting over to a market and talking to, well, an old droger that's around a bunch of people and bringing him the package. He will then get something to us, and that thing will get us hunted.
Oh yeah, that's right. The thing we're not supposed to look in on what it is. Are you sure this is safe for me to hold?
I've been holding it the entire time, so far I haven't died. This one is the safe part, the other part is the one that some people want to get to.
Alright, give it to me.
It's more just, I have the suddenly discovered, as soon as I have mailing out, I can't really move that well.
I'm gonna eat one of these rations since I threw up earlier, and if you need to carry things, I feel like I could carry a little bit more.
Yeah, I just met you. I don't feel comfortable giving you a thing that will half my head that gets lost.
No, not that. Other things that are weighing you down, like materials and things of that nature.
Oh, they're in the bag. That's fine.
Fair enough.
I appreciate that, and I'll let you know that if it comes up. There you go. Here's the package. Yeah, now I am fine to actually have mail-in out without suddenly being encumbered. I noticed when it's like, wait, when I'm using mail-in in my hands, I can't move 30 feet. Ha!
What about you, Elithor? Do you need anything?
I need to check my spell list. Are we going now, or I left some slots open? Can I memorize some spells?
Yeah, like we're basically staying here for like 24 hours, for like a day. So do what you need to do.
Fair. I will find a corner and open up my book.
Okay.
Oh, which book? Your mundane book?
I don't know. My spell book.
I'll talk to Sis. Like, do you guys have enough food with you?
I have more than enough food.
I said seafood, but sure.
Oh.
Yo, seafood.
What?
Do you guys have enough food with you?
He just looks at you like, why did you make him speak?
I need to know, fucking, in case I start taking more of the shit from down here.
You think Dragaton's an idiot?
No, I'm more worried about those. As I point to the scientists.
They didn't carry the food. I had to carry the food that Dragaton gave me to bring down here.
How many days do you have enough for?
As many as we're supposed to be here for. I have plenty of food.
He never gave us a number how many days you guys might stay down here. That's why I'm wondering.
That's your fault for not asking.
I did ask! The man told me this. Well, that should be at least for a few weeks. How the fuck that means to him could be 1 week to 5. Nope, sorry, let me rephrase that. 1 week to 30. Depends on the thing.
Right. So how many days of rations do you think he gave me for? It's a really simple answer, I promise.
Gonna hope 2 weeks.
A month. Like you just said. There's a month of rations. For everybody that's here.
Enough.
Well, that explains why you did not need any of my rations.
Yes.
Well, also
am I done talking now?
Yes, mate.
I'm gonna kind of meander around during the time as we're resting and just kind of like detect magic on a few things, just see what's going on while we're down here.
Actually, one thing I will do, I will take out one of my failies and offer it to him.
He will decline. What were you saying, Ryan? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just gonna kind of wander around since we're gonna be here a while. Just kind of like detect magic, like look at a few things, like those crystals we passed up, and just kind of like find some things to keep me occupied.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. There's not a lot down here to look at. You're advised very quickly not to use your detect magic on the column of mysterious liquid.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is not much else.
Whenever we're good to go, LaForm.
Yeah, it's gonna take me. What's the rules on? I think it's like 10 minutes per level.
Oh, how are we just doing the regular spell system, or are we doing point by, or not point by, spell points or
spell points? Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you had put rules in the thing for how to recover those, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I remembered as soon as I asked that there were rules for it, and I should have just looked at it.
But yeah, I do my spell learning and I'm good to go. Unless there's a specific spell the party wants me to have for sure.
Don't even know what shit you can do, mate. I just trust your knowledge and you know what's best.
That's what I like to hear. Right, I'm ready to go.
Right.
Oh, one thing though, can I talk to you real quick? L4, just join me.
Why?
It'll take like a minute.
That's not an answer to my question.
It's important.
Okay. Sure.
I'll just take him into room as a stream and, it's like... So... In case I die, or if I get into a precarious situation, I'm gonna try and throw this to you as I point to the basic leader bag.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming if you are in trouble, we will all be in trouble. But yeah.
That depends on certain situations. But if something happens to me, do look after Darius. After
Thaddeus.
After Thaddeus, yeah. Yeah, fucking says now. When we get back to the town, I plan on talking with the bank about making not a will, but a sort of like, in case I fucking croak who the next one will be, to handle the party fund if they'll fucking allow it.
What's with all this all of a sudden? You're worried about dying now?
No, more what I should have done the first time instead of not.
Well, I make no promises of taking care of Thaddeus. If things go awry, I think where it's every man for themselves kind of deal.
I meant more if you both get out of alive, take care of him, not necessarily while we're down here.
He's a big boy, he can take care of himself. What am I gonna do? I have things I have to worry about myself.
That's true. Take care of him if you continue to work together, I guess is what I should be saying.
Of course, I would look after all I can if I'm venturing with him.
Good. Well, that's all good.
Okay. So the party continues their travels to the destination. There is a point, though, that I want to bring you all to, very specifically that you'll run into, just in case any of you are interested. There is a small place deep within this area, between here... oh, come on. Did it load for you guys? Looks like nobody got moved over to it.
69%.
Okay.
65.
Yeah.
71.
90?
I'm gonna reset my
93.
It's edging me. Oh yeah, 89, 99.
98.
Wow, this is such a struggle. I knew this was gonna be big, but
I'm here.
Or here.
And I'm just used to
Get
it. For
it.
some reason, for me, always loading real slow. So
It's because you're across the pond.
yeah.
Yeah, I cannot. I don't even get a timer for this. All of these rooms where I have like slightly bigger assets, they do not load at all for my stream. Let me see if I need to assign myself a character. Let me try something here.
Did you do something where you were putting symbols to gods on this map somewhere, or
Yeah.
like I don't know?
You
like
should be
here?
able to see them.
Okay.
Let me scan this to, I guess, we'll do Thaddeus here and see if that helps, and then I'll move the thing back from one place to the next. I don't understand. Aren't you supposed to be able to move the people to other scenes and then back?
Yeah.
What? Maybe I need to go here and then do pull to scene. I don't know why this keeps happening. My camera account just does not want to load the scene at all. The whole
Just because it's too big.
No, it also crashes out my Twitch feed for a second, so it's got something to do with Chrome.
Interesting. Don't you use Chrome, John, or do you use something else?
I use Firefox for my camera account and then Chrome for my main thing.
But let me go back here and try to pull it back. And if it doesn't work, then I just have to accept Theater of the Mind for now. Yep. God, this is so bad. Try one more reload on it. What's annoying is it's also not logging the account out.
Yeah, that's actually the one thing I have with Foundry is that like it can seemingly like keep you locked in for certain longer time if you crash stuff and then have trouble getting back in.
I mean, I also think part of this is just Chrome is a garbage fucking browser.
I mean, yeah, it's honest. I've just gotten completely used to it, so I don't want to swap over to like Opera, which is actually better.
It's still Chrome. Every browser that isn't Firefox is built on Chrome at this point, except for like the super fringe ones.
Well, no, I mean like the new like that sort of like on an app, the Opera thing, which is basically like meant to.
Oh my god!
It
has some sort of stupid integration problem. Son of a bitch, because I now just 100% can't get it load on my non-embedded Chrome thing for the stream.
Virtual.
Just use Edge.
Yeah, it's a WebGL problem. That's fucking great. I love.
Oh.
Love this shit. What's up?
Sonia got shown something.
Oh yeah, I don't know why that specifically decided to show up for all of you. That's not how that's supposed to work. It's supposed to only show up for one person. Like right now, did that show up for everybody, or is this just showing up for me?
Oh,
I am
that.
seeing a token that looks like a Minotaur.
Yeah, if you click on some of the statues that are in some of the rooms, you guys haven't gone in. Anyway, I'll talk about this as we go in.
That's why it's so many assets and everything?
Yeah, so as you guys enter into this room, there are, and get a little ways in, go ahead and move yourselves into the room. You'll start to see little icons of the various gods sort of etched and then painted into the floor. One of them is like, this has got literally nothing here.
No.
It's just a mess, and the same with down further. But the rest of these have the various symbols of the gods throughout them.
What is Lars again?
Lars does not have a proper symbol at this time.
I don't have light. Or I don't have any, like, sight, rather. Because I just moved over here, nothing changed.
Do you have anything that emits light?
No, I don't have, like, any kind of vision.
Like
Do you have dark vision or anything?
No, I mean, like... But I don't, like I see the edge right here.
Yeah, that's what you
even
would
when
see, because it's wherever the light is. You're seeing the edge of the light.
Okay.
If you don't have dark vision, that's as far as you can see,
Well,
because the
I
person
also-
illuminating the light is Thaddeus.
Okay. In that case, I'll light up a torch.
Okay, yeah, you can light up a torch, and let me give you some light.
Because it doesn't seem like we're going to necessarily need to be directly next to each other. Thank you. In here.
Also, like, approached this one down here. Does this one remind me of Lars?
Yes, within there is somebody that looks very much so like a statue of Lars.
Okay. Well, Talk will go in here.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Actually, I'm gonna do this. I will close the
Yeah.
door behind me.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's very loud when these doors close. That is not done unintentionally. You all hear the door, and when it closes, it sounds like it slams and latches.
Yeah.
Should we leave him there, or should we go to find him?
It's probably not, but
You guys are
Talk
just
will,
screaming for help.
go over there,
Mm-hmm.
kneel in front of the statue, and now it depends on how you want to do this. Steve. Do you want me to just make my prayer open, or do you want the others to like not hear the prayer?
It is up to you.
Thematically, I feel like it makes sense if the others don't hear, considering like that's why I closed the door and stuff like that.
Sure. Hold on then. Let me do this. Yep. I will
Mute us.
Yep. We'll server deafen them.
Oh, yeah, that, I guess. That makes more sense. What? I can't hear anything.
Okay. So, what do you got?
Talk will take a kneel and sort of go, Lars, I am finding difficulties in recent events that occurred with a companion that I was meant to look after as a leader. We came upon a foe that was difficult for us to fight, but in unfortunate circumstances brought upon his life getting lost, potentially trying to save mine and getting away from it. But I am conflicted in, is it my weakness not able to keep him safe and getting him out alive? Was it his own weakness not being able to survive the hits from the thing and the many other creatures we have fought? Am I weak for not being strong enough to carry his weakness? Is it my fault?
Give me a either knowledge, religion, or wisdom check.
Well, I don't have knowledge religion.
Okay. Then wisdom is probably better. Ooh. Very good. What you will see before you, as you look upon the statue of Lars, is at his feet, beneath the rancier he holds, you will, excuse me, you will see a, is it? You will see a hammock slowly appear into view.
I look at it. Does it kind of remind me of the hammock Sigmund was using constantly?
Yes.
I take the hammock.
As you take the hammock, you have a feeling that kind of washes over you. A feeling of certainty that fault lied on Sigmund, but as you pick it up, this sort of act of taking it also reminds you that, like, you hold the life of their hands in your own.
No.
Or the life of them, you hold their lives in your hands.
Because I'm the one that's meant to protect them.
Yes. So as to say, it is not just one of your faults, but both.
Yeah, it's a combination of both, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to bring everybody
can you
out
add
of...
that? Yeah, and can you add the hammock to my my sheet?
Yes, I will do so. I'm taking everybody out of Deafen.
Yep.
So everyone should now be able to hear again.
Yes.
Good. Is anybody else exploring any of the other rooms here?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead,
Also,
Brian. Go
I will see if I can unlock it from my side.
Absolutely.
If
Yep.
I can.
It will only unlock from your side.
It is meant for privacy.
Yes.
I'm just gonna check out these symbols and see if I recognize all of these symbols.
Yeah. Do you have any ranks in knowledge religion?
I do. There's one specifically that I may not, that I feel like I may not recognize.
Okay, so
but
I'll give it to you easy. Top left to bottom right. It is Ulaz, Neosi, Suinol. I'm sorry,
Suinol's the fourth
Delanrian,
one.
Suinol,
Yes.
Ryoshin. There is no symbol, but this is Lars, the Mistress, Krazkaran, Thoth, and who is this?
No symbol. There's 2 rooms with no symbols.
No, but give me a knowledge religion on the second room
Oh, okay.
as
The
well.
second room.
The second room
interesting.
without a symbol.
That means.
Oh,
that would be
gotcha.
this one
Yeah.
down here.
So
Second room,
do I
but the
know?
first room.
Do I know for a fact that? Do I know about Krazkaran?
Yes, Krazkaran is starting to become known enough while you've been down here. Krazkaran
that makes sense.
is kind of the god of the dirt and really the earth, and a few other things, but I think that's the generally known knowledge. On a 10, seeing Lars's statue is enough to tell you that that's Lars. And the last one, it takes you a bit of thinking, but you'll eventually realize that it is a statue of the Prime.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh. I mean, I don't think I've met many people that worship the Prime, have I?
No. Very unique god to have down here. And of course, some of you may notice there are some gods missing from this room. Can anyone identify the similarity between the missing gods?
They're all good.
Good job.
Yeah, no on her down here.
I have no ranks in religion, so I don't know.
Okay.
Or yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna go and do basically the same thing in the Suinol room, but it's nothing like, I'm not gonna say anything specific. I'm gonna just kind of say a prayer for the people that we've lost, for Sigmund, I suppose, because he seems important to them. I don't know who that is, but and just kind of like general prayer things, nothing specific. Try to reach out to Suinol, not get an answer, but
you will say a prayer for these things, and a very small book will appear on the pile of books in front of on the statue in front of you. So if you look at the statue, there's like a small pile of 3 books, and a tiny little book will appear on top of those books.
okay.
I would go to Illithor. Like, Illithor, can you help me? Which one is the mistress symbol?
Oh, you said Illithor. I'm still lost. Okay. This is the mistress. The mistress is the upside down flower.
Also, Illithor, I'm not that religious myself. I do pray to lots, but how are the gods if you pray to multiple, but not necessarily for a constant? More of a... what the word be? It would be occasional thing if certain events cause you maybe to also pray to another. Do they frown upon that?
I don't know. What do I know on the matter?
Give me a knowledge religion. You know, the gods only think less of you for praying to other gods if you're like imploring aid from all of them at once. Like if you're just like, help me this god, oh this one is like, help me this god, they're kind of like, the fuck dude, that's not how this works, we don't save you from everything. But if you are offering reverence or some other kind of just like acceptance, like we all know the gods exist within the world, so praying to them is not necessarily a bad thing. It's all about what you're praying about. Your intentions will be gleamed when praying.
So, I'll be right back as Talk will head into the mistress again. Lock the door behind it. This one you don't need to deafen, it's fine.
Sure. But I want to get back real quick to Branya, since you kind of steamrolled there over top of.
My bad. I didn't mean to like.
Nope.
I didn't mean to like
were,
take away from what they were doing.
You were the one
so.
on a thing that was happening. So, Branya, you pick up the book. Very small, little, like almost pocket book. And on the inside cover of the book will be written the name Sigmund von Bront. This is a field survival guide that I'm going to be moving to your sheet.
Okay. Oh god, not this! Get this off my screen.
Why does it keep happening with that one? I must have screwed up when doing that one. All right, hold on. I'm gonna fix it. I'm trying to fix it. Let me fix it.
Well, I think it's all of them. If I
tile.
click this, do you all see this thing?
Yeah, it's only that one. It's like when someone clicks it, everyone gets it. I think is what's happening.
I need to change Triggler because it right now is set to show everybody when it happens.
Gotcha.
Like, oh yes, a field survival god. Objective: survive.
Oh yeah, I have it set to show for everyone. There's another one that's set to everyone.
I see a man with fire.
There's a fire sword. That's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you should worship him. He's great. Brian would love it if you worship the guy with the fire sword.
Now you know where I'm going.
Not conceptually, but like worst god isn't like worst tenants and very
His
evil.
tenants are great.
Is that the betrayer?
No, that is Ryoshin is the god of burn everything to the ground so it can start anew.
That sounds like Dark Souls.
No, not Dark Souls.
Fire anew. Repeat the cycle.
When you pick up this field survival guide, you have a moment where you feel like a piece of your body was like pulled from you and is kind of right now being pulled from you, but like kind of rubber bands back. And you have an experience that feels akin to having died.
I don't like this feeling. I'm not a fan of it. Do I feel like I'm at peace at all or anything?
There is a sense of peace that comes along with it.
That's good to know. Okay. That does feel good, at least, because which one was it? Was it why am I blanking on the other guy I was considering going with?
I don't remember who
the one of death.
Neosi.
Okay, Neosi, yeah. Because I'm not per se a follower of Neosi, but I do kind of follow. I do kind of hope for that rest.
So you have right now you have the feeling of having a different way of experiencing the world.
Interesting.
Let's go ahead.
I'll take this book and then head back out.
Yeah.
After I say my little prayer and everything.
Let's jump over to back to Tug. Tug, what are you praying to the mistress for?
Yeah, I just haven't done this one before, but remember from Sigmund. Mistress, if you can hear me.
I'm always
please
listening.
Allow me. Okay. Please allow me to never forget Sigmund, or my foolish action that caused his death. I wanted to both stay there, so I will never forget him, but also as an atonement for causing his death. I should not forget the people that I have caused death to, as that would not be right. That is something I should carry with me forever, and I do not wish to ever forget.
I cannot protect your mind, silly, but experiences are important to have stick with us. it is in your best interest that you just don't lose your own feelings of him, your own thoughts of him. And perhaps he'll be closer than you think. If the new child is working in the way he claims. Oops, I said a little too much there, cutie. You should just go on your way.
And that's when you get attacked by the wraith that was Sigmund.
Is there a chance you're looking over my direction? Before, when you hear the door again, like open loud.
Well, I mean, during all this, I think I would be probably in the Thoth room. I'm just waiting for my turn to talk.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, no mind.
So if that's where you're heading, let's start with Illithor there, and then we'll see if Darius has any, or if Thaddeus has anything. Looks more like Thaddeus is just going around taking a look at all the statues, though, at this point.
They're pretty interesting.
Thank you.
I wonder what they're made of. I'll just do a quick appraise check real quick.
Ooh, yeah. I'll give you that real quick. Well, Illithor sets up in front of Thoth.
I forgot a +3 circumstance bonus because of my familiar type.
These are all made of, they're all made up of bronze. And they are well kept. Somebody is clearly coming down here and polishing them on the regular.
Include a trap top, though, huh?
So
I'm just admiring.
Okay. Illithor, you step in and stand before the mighty and confident pose of Thoth.
Yeah, I don't have any specific words. I'm just checking it out. He seems like, I was like, walking around looking at all the statues from outside the rooms, and just Thoth looks the coolest, in my opinion. He's just chilling there. Looks like a cool dude.
Yeah.
So I'm just admiring it.
As you're hanging out there, you'll hear from within the room in the corner, over here.
Oh, I'm gonna pay attention to the corner now.
Yeah, you'll turn and there's like a figure. It's dark in here, but you can see just enough light peering through to notice there's like a hint of red on the robes that they have on. Greetings, brother.
Oh, didn't realize anyone else was in here.
To others, I may not be in here.
Who are you?
Now. That's something we don't ask to each other anymore. Right?
Well,
How do you feel about your new brother?
My new brother.
Yes, your new brother.
You mean our new party member?
That's what you wish to call him. Yes.
I mean, I haven't had much time to get to know them, but they seem all right.
We have some worries about this new brother. We want you to keep a close eye on them. Most often, when we have a new brother join the fold, we do not have such a close adherence to their father they had prior. But this one seems to stick to Big Brother very closely. And that makes us feel some concern.
By keep an eye on, do you mean try to influence at all? Or do you want me just to observe?
Kind words and useful conversation will guide him in his own time, we're sure. He'll realize the importance of sharing versus caring?
I have no cleric, but I'm not opposed to sharing the benefits that I see in my faith.
I know. You know more clearly than he the value that we bring. But do not worry, brother. You do not need to work hard. Just be there with a watchful eye, as Father would do for all of us.
I kind of motion to the statue of Thoth and say, Father?
Of course. Not
Oh.
Not our brother. He gestures, he just kind of gestures out and above. Or older brother. And he gestures kind of across the hall.
Right, but I was more a fan of I mean, everyone's cool and everything, but I don't know what in relation to, so the father's son is what to me.
You have not been effectively brought into the fold, I forgot. Yes. Father, he gestures to Thoth. Older brother, he gestures back out to Suanol again.
I figured.
He touches himself, brother, and then he like gestures to both of us, brother, and then make kind of a hand to the sky ish, like he does, like touch, reach out to you, reach out to himself, and then kind of lifts it up.
Okay.
Almost as if to say kind of brotherhood. And then he will say, and he'll kind of tilt his head down somewhat solemnly, as if speaking of the dead, he will say, Mother.
Yeah, I kind of figured all that. I'm talking about baby boy of Thoth. What's up? What's his deal? Where does he fit in all this? Oh,
brother.
Wait, well... Wait, what? Brother?
Brother.
He's like the same as us? I don't think so.
Brother does not imply equality. Have you not had siblings of your own?
True. Okay.
Just wishes not to be older, brother. Older implies something different. He is our brother.
Does Papa and son get along? Or is it prodigal son situation? He's got to come back and earn favor and stuff, or...
This is the question we have all been asking ourselves. Father or brother? Or father and brother?
I kind of like, well, I don't want to say hedging my bets by liking both, but brother's been helping me, as far as I can tell, more than the father here, but maybe the father told brother to do that. Who knows? I don't really know the grand scheme of things, I guess.
A question we all find ourselves asking right now.
Maybe that's the way they like it, us not knowing. Isn't that the whole thing?
It is Father's MO.
This is rather intriguing. Well, thank you for the words, and I will try to do these things.
Of course, but we didn't talk. And he's like, as he says that, he's not there anymore.
Got it.
I sure am hell it ain't me that's having to deal with this shit, because I understood fucking nothing!
And just because I saw, like, or I heard everyone else do it, I'm just gonna close the door. I'll just pretend I'm doing some, like, secret stuff in here. But yeah, you can go do something.
Do you want to offer any sort of prayer to Thoth, in actuality?
Yeah, I probably like nothing super specific, but like I would just like give thanks if he is responsible for saving me. Just let him know I'm grateful for if he is responsible for that, and if not, I kind of do it where it's like
when you offer him thanks for saving you, you swear that you hear this statue go,
yeah, I figured that like if he wasn't responsible, he may have allowed it, or either he could have probably stopped it, or I just feel like even if he wasn't aware of it or something, like he could have like fucked with it if he wanted to or something. So I just give him like that sort of gratitude where it's like, well, thanks for not like fucking with me kind of thing, I guess.
I think maybe when you hear that you're like, but you could have, or something like that. Like you imply like you could have gotten in the way.
Right. And then I'll use this room to also just like redirect some of that gratitude toward the sun.
Yeah.
And then,
Thaddeus, what about you? Everybody's kind of off doing some prayer stuff, and you don't seem to be as religious a man.
No, I am not. But there is a spot where I was in a library and I made promises about doing things for powerful entities for the sake of knowledge. And something just gravitates me towards the eye.
Okay.
It's like, but I'm just gonna patiently wait my turn before I question what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not like we don't need to go through my stuff, but I'm also going to say a small prayer to Neosi as well. So
okay.
Just
yeah, if you say first of all, when you walk into the room, into Neosi's room,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut him off. I just wanted.
No. I'm going to do this real quick, and then because I'm going to have John exit, and then what I have for Darius is going to be a bit interactive, let's say.
Gotcha.
So when you step into the room with Neosi, it is eerily silent. Like the kind of silent that down here, there's always a little noise of something, but here, total empty peace and quiet.
In a concerning way or in a calming way?
In a very calming way. Neosi is sort of knelt down, extending a hand as if to help you up when you step in. And his gaze down, the statue's gaze down at you, looks as if it wishes to aid an old friend. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not sure what to make of that.
You can offer your prayer to the statue, and for a moment you will feel the peace of oblivion. No sounds, no thoughts, no nerve endings telling you there is warm or cold, no clothing, no hair, no
running.
Yes. All brought to an end. Calm and peaceful. An existence is still here within this nothing. You are not gone, but you are not.
Get off my lawn!
No. Thaddeus, the door opens, and Illithor, you can make your way out.
Yeah, cool. It's God of knowledge, Thoth, right?
I'm also a little concerned about how many people are around the Thoth door, but...
Look, as a guy that pursues knowledge, I'm interested. Even though I'm not the religious sort.
But the door does also seem to kind of call to you a bit.
Yeah, I figured. I'm just gonna go into the door.
Yeah.
And I'll close it.
Okay.
Actually, be fun if the door closes for you as soon as you step in.
Actually, if he hadn't turned to close the door, he would have noticed that the door did close for him.
It's just like, well, I'm not the religious sort, even though, I know you exist and everything. But, power of self-development and self-improvement and all of that. What's with the bird?
You ask what's with the bird, and the bird will, crawl out and onto your shoulder, and look at you. What? I'm here to help.
I mean, I feel that connection. I know you're going to aid me in everything I want to do. But also, you have horns.
Why does everyone assume that horns are bad?
It's not about bad. It's like you're piquing my investigative curiosity researcher part of my brain. As in, why the horns? Not why the horns. Why the horns?
There are rules that these bounds, that this game has. You are trying to walk a fine line between them as you embrace this power you've been given. What you have was not supposed to be yours or anything for this kind. Do you understand what I mean?
Something about power beyond my control. It shouldn't be in human hands. You know that means something to our kind.
Yes. There's that snark I expect from this. I almost like you. Almost. We're just missing one really important detail that kind of seals the deal,
Well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, right?
Some things aren't permanent. Some things are just for fun. I nearly had a third child once. Unfortunately, though, that brute pushed his way in instead. These details, I'm sorry, these details aren't important to you.
Now I'm curious. What's going on? It's like, is there a chair I can sit in? Like...
No. I am limited in my time here, giving you exposition. Again, remember, the game has rules.
Okay, and assuming that the game is to just figure out what the deal is on my own, and if I can figure it out, then what?
The more pieces you assemble, the more you learn to speak properly, and the more our bond grows stronger, the more benefit you can gain.
Okay.
I keep knowledge for those who properly earn it, for those who deserve it. Across the hall, you will find the one who hoards knowledge and has plenty and plenty to pour over. But they concern themselves not for time or accuracy, but conceptual discussion. I like to act with haste and rationality, simplicity. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is not something to keep repeating between each other over and over again and hope that you can find more. You are to acquire it. You are to keep it. You are to use it. Philosophy is interesting, but philosophy does not create function.
I've never been much of the philosophical sort. I've been much more of a practical application, hands-on kind of person.
That's why this little bird's here. It is more of your own building, but it acts as a doorway from time to time. Seek to keep the knowledge, to share only what is necessary. And perhaps we can speak again. And perhaps you'll find more useful knowledge than you would on your own.
I'm just writing this down, Thoth. Keep the knowledge, share only what's necessary. Is there any more? I mean, obviously you have temples and such, but if I were to want to report in about anything that I've discovered or found, is there a more convenient means of me sharing that information with you, or do I have to actively seek out the temple every time?
My eye is always watching. Take the time, be focused, and speak what it is you feel.
Perfect. Very convenient. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome.
But seriously, what are these antlers made out of? This thing is made of. This thing is me. Where's the antlers?
I was about to say, technically, the antlers, not horns.
Okay, I can't believe I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself.
It's not you, it's me.
It's like come on, and I just like gesture him to go back.
Yeah, you will gesture for it, and in this particular case, it will actually just kind of crawl down your arm and like form itself into a lump where the watch is.
Oh, that's comfortable. I'm with this. I'll go back to open the door.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yes.
Yeah. If anybody that gets within a light source of talk, and you can also see it because you can see in dark vision, he just looks stunned and confused and just lost.
Give it a few rounds and it'll go away.
It's been like 2 minutes.
Must be a powerful spellcaster.
You okay, Doug?
How often do the gods answer?
Well, it seems here seems to be a specifically attuned place to the gods for some reason. So,
okay.
So actually, when he asked that question, Ilthor, give me a knowledge religion.
Ooh.
Anybody else got knowledge religion? Maybe somebody else can
Sure do.
give him a better response.
Probably not. I don't have a great bonus to it, but
yeah, anybody with it can give me a check.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, you both actually have like fairly good like bonuses to this thing.
So, Branya, you get a little bit better understanding than Ilithor. Ilithor feels like it's the location. Branya, you know that like there are certain places that are tuned better to hearing from the gods when you're in them. Temples are sometimes thought to be one of them, but the belief is that like while you're in a temple, there are so many voices all kind of communicating at the same time that it's a lot like when I'm trying to answer and everyone has a thing that they want to do at the same time. Whereas in a place like this, it's more alone, more isolated. You go to a place specifically for that person. But you know that it's not really for everyone. Not everyone can just hear from the gods. There needs to be something that sort of tugs at the person to get it. But one thing both of you know for certain, 100% certain when you see Tug, like standing outside of the mistress's door, the mistress is incredibly social. People talk about how like when they, if, for example, let's say you happen to be the type that's interested in self-enjoyment, and you think to the mistress in the hopes of having a way to take your mind away to help. People that have spoken of it say that the mistress is very, very assistive in providing you with a means to increase your chances of ease of self-enjoyment.
Like the way you dance around that.
I was testing my own linguistics. So it would not be uncommon. Essentially, she is a very vocal, among other things, kind of goddess.
I see, and that makes sense. Though, do any of you know about Illithor potentially becoming a dad?
What?
What?
She
I'm gonna detect magic on her stomach.
Son. So I feel confused about that part.
In relation to me?
Did you ask if Sigma was going to be a dad?
I'm gonna detect poison on him to see if he's poisoned.
He's not poisoned.
What's going on?
She just said something about the sun, and I was talking about Sigmund, so I guess it's something to do with him.
So why did you just say if I'm gonna be a dad? I'm so confused.
Did I actually say your name? If I did, I legitimately I meant to say Sigmund. I thought I said Sigmund.
You said Illithor. You're like Illithor is gonna be a dad. I'm like,
okay.
What?
So hold on. I'm gonna give this up. So Branya will sort of trigger something that you said there about a child, about a son. So there is a rumor that floats around that there is Branya, you'll know this. There is a child, a new son of the gods. It is believed that it is the last son of Thoth and of Sascha, before she seemingly left the pantheon. But there was also the rumors of a near third child, one that was supposed to have come. But word is that they were the explanation always sounds a bit between murdered and aborted. So like the child was to be, but then was not, but they were.
Some sort of state of being, but not being.
Yeah. It's always hard because when words that come up with the gods start to happen, you end up in these kinds of words where there's like existent non-existence and non-existent existence. And in this case, it is existent non-existence that was non-existed. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have it. So
this is why Abram, way back then, was as weird as he was.
Yeah, just Abram and only Abram. So a sibling to Sulinol?
Yes, a sibling to Sulinol.
Interesting.
What does that have to do with Sigmund?
I don't know much about this Sigmund person, but what, they were supposed to become a parent, a father?
I asked her to not let me forget the memory of Sigmund, what I might have caused, and she said she can't do that, but just something about experiences, and then something about son. And after that, it's sort of just blacked out because I was very confused.
That clarification is there. The mysterious third son was supposed to be a child of Thoth and the mistress.
Oh. Okay, I don't know if you said...
no, I didn't. I very specifically didn't. I needed him to wind around to the remainder of what he talked about.
Okay.
The third son would not have been the daughter of Sascha. The third son would have been a daughter of the mistress.
Yes, I'll relay that information. There would have been a daughter of the mistress and Thoth.
So it's because Sigmund was the follower of the mistress, and that's I don't fucking understand the whole thing with gods and sons.
Well, how much do we know about how the interplay with gods? Do we know anything like they have a general like understanding of stuff?
Yeah,
between
the
each
gods.
other, or...
The gods are you 25 with what you got. You at least know that the gods are in perpetual sort of competition with each other, but they're also very pent up, and so there's a lot of like interweaving between what they're doing.
If there wasn't some sort of like balance between them, then one of them could easily run ruckshot over.
Well, this has already happened. The old,
okay.
So a 20. Both of you know enough about religion, to just from your base stats to know that long time ago, the evil gods were the gods that ruled the world. You were in fact obligated to worship the gods way, way, way back. You could not say like, I don't worship anybody. You needed an answer to it, or you could be prisoned or even killed for not worshiping one of them. Eventually, though, there were people who came along that began that heard from the good gods, and to a lesser extent the neutral gods, and eventually they were kind of brought back to an understanding. So yes, it is possible for gods to raise or lower in power dependent upon followers and some maybe other metric that is yet unknown. But it is known that the more followers a god has, the more access to abilities they might have. As it is known that right now, I'm sorry, I just wanted to add this. As it's known now, followers of the mistress are currently limited to 5th circle spells from the clergy that work within her clergy.
I can't remember what he said that triggered me to think about that, but I'll start explaining that to him anyways, how there's some sort of like balance and this and that and the other, and some unknown.
Yeah,
there has to be.
But again, a lot of this is like rumors and theory on top of it as well.
Yeah.
I still don't know quite what that has to do with Sigmund and experiences of having son, but I guess something close to. I'm not gonna pull the
We are
thread
but mortals, and the gods work beyond our understanding.
Well, I look at the map. How far away are we from the market?
Very close.
There's a set right now, and
before we go, Branya, I think you should say some thanks, and I'll nod my head over to the Thoth door and say, I think you owe someone your gratitude for getting you this far. And I'll like just look at their book. It's visible, right? You keep your book visible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have it on a book layer, which I'm glad you mentioned earlier because I was trying to remember what it was called. So, yeah, I like when I'm not using it in combat, I'll have it on that. I will reluctantly go in there. I don't intend to close the door behind me because I haven't said that I was doing that in any of these before.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
When the door closes behind me, I'm very surprised by that.
Yeah, the Thoth door just does that. It will close behind you. I'll just make the noise for the sake. There is someone kind of leaned against the statue when you come in. I get it. You don't like Dad. How can you?
I don't adhere to his philosophy, but I understand why he would have that particular take on the secrecy of knowledge.
I know. I would expect that you would. Look at you. You stand before me, someone a victim of knowledge.
I am going to absolutely gauge. I don't know who this person is. I don't know They are implying a lot of things.
Yeah, you see these like red highlighted robes that leans against this statue and looks to you, and you get the immediate feeling of one, power. There is some confidence to how it is that they stand here. You feel concerned because this person could probably erase you from existence in the blink of an eye.
Any symbols on them that I probably wouldn't recognize or anything like that?
No visible symbols at all. There is a book that hangs from their side, though. And but also, you definitely get that feeling that they're here to sell you something. That feeling you get whenever you walk into a place with commissioned salespeople, where you're just like, okay, I got to take a deep breath because now this has become almost an adversarial thing that we're going to have to do. They're going to be friendly, they're going to be nice, but at some point, there's going to be the rub.
Yeah, I don't particularly like when people use ulterior motives to try to get me to do things for them, so I'm going to be a bit apprehensive about that. What is it that I owe you? I suppose I owe you something. No?
Understanding is what we want from you. We want you to learn to be a bridge. Do you know what a bridge is? He kind of like looks at you coyly.
Unless you're talking about some sort of metaphor or something, then yes, I understand what a bridge is.
You're in great need, and need which your former ambassador would not have protected. You think the god of periodic sharing for the right circumstance or learning would have kept your life a secret for much longer? You were to be an experiment.
Are you talking about Sulano?
Yes. You've heard the rumors, haven't you? That he's become more curious in time.
Have I heard those rumors?
Give me a knowledge religion. Yeah, this may have made you feel a little uncomfortable as of late, but there are rumors that like people have talked about followers of Suno being exceedingly more curious, doing these kind of social experiments of sorts, doing some like thought experiments with the involvement of other people and magic and actions. It's become a very curious time for Suanol.
I'm assuming at least some of those thought experiments are not consenting.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of it is like really well structured and put together, and then other times it's like, well, if the people know, then they're going to do differently. So we need to get them when they don't know. And if we get them to consent to anything, then they're going to change their behavior because anything could mean anything that they do. So they have to be more careful. So like they've become more of a like, well, we have to sometimes test because it's important to get that information.
I suppose I have heard some of those rumors if they're the ones that I'm thinking of.
And so long as this continues, there are a lot of people that end up hurt, that end up in danger. It doesn't seem to me like a benefit to them.
Well, I'll be frank with you. Judging by the order you're giving off, the sense of power I see coming from you, and what you're trying to sell me on, I feel like you have an ulterior motive, and not necessarily that is a bad thing, but if we could just skip the pleasantries, I don't know. It's just...
The problem is there are rules, right? As a follower of Swoonal, you understand rules.
Yes.
The rules limit how I can be expressive. You, as the bridge we request of you, need to learn what we mean by that.
So you can't say things outright, you have to leave them open to interpretation?
Unfortunately, yes. We would love to change these rules, but unfortunately, some of us still have more sway than others, and they need the rules to stay the way they are.
Would it be unreasonable for me to assume that he's speaking of the gods?
Yes.
It would be unreasonable?
No, it would not be unreasonable for you to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense, actually.
So, brother of brothers to brothers. All we continue to ask is that you stay the course that we ask of you. We will try to abide by your interests as best we can, of your ideas and principles. But know that so long as you do not help us, we lose ability to help you.
So, I suppose I should ask, would it be pointless for me to attempt to detect your alignment?
You wouldn't be detecting anything. I'm not even here. And the figure is gone. And the door behind you opens.
I will walk back out, a little conflicted, a little upset.
Mm-hmm.
You had a nice chat.
Well, nice is the word. I wouldn't necessarily apply that to that conversation, but it was insightful nonetheless.
Well, I guess if we're all done here, we can keep going. Though, Steve, I would like if we could end here, considering 15 minutes left.
I want to get you guys to the market. There will not be another encounter in getting to the market. But I do want to get you to the market. Which I also forgot I didn't have music for because that was in Roll20. I should have double-checked that today. But let's go to...
And then we can do shopping next week.
You all will... I'll just... No moving. Pause. Pause!
Oh. We were playing tag.
That's why we can't have nice thing, kids.
That's why they gave that pause feature, because people like us just like zigzag everywhere.
I want to see every.
You make your way down the halls, and you get to this very large opening ahead of you. Inside, there are a variety of tents. There are these drow and durgar at all of the openings that you see here. There are about 3 openings within view. A couple that you can see that there are guards there, but not necessarily the openings to. And it is dimly lit throughout the area. Very, very dimly lit. Clearly some sort of magical lighting too, because there's no light coming from places where there are like pools of light that exist. Moving about the area, people are largely uninterested in the fact that you exist. so you can move about. No one will question you. No one will bother you. Order seems to be very well upheld here.
Gotcha. Guys, I'm gonna need to handle something on my own. I'll find you here at the exit. You're looking for a Draugr, an old man. He's having people around him to help him move around. Yeah. Bring the package you have, Elifor, to him and get an item from him. When I'm done with mine, I will be here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I'm gonna split from the party.
Yeah. We will come back to what you do when we come back next session.
Yep.
But I would like to have the party bring the object, the remaining party bring the object to this Durgar. They are reasonably easy to find. Everything is as it was said to be. Oi! In Undercommon. What do you want? Sorry, customer service. What can I help you with?
I'll reply to him in Undercommon and say, we come bearing a package for you. And I'll switch to Abyssal and say Tanha, I guess.
Well, let's see. You can pass the package over. He will take it from you and turn away immediately. Double check something about it. He looks almost as if he does something without opening it entirely. I thought he wasn't gonna end up getting this to me. You know any of the details?
Do you speak Abyssal? Oh, then I thought it was clear if I would know the details when I told you that word.
That wasn't what I meant.
Oh.
But we can continue in this. I feel a little more comfortable anyway. Dragaton is a bit of a concern to me. Do you feel comfortable at his advisement?
You speaking common or Undercommon?
This is Abyssal.
Oh, he's speaking Abyssal. I haven't dealt with him much directly. I'm mostly just following orders right now. It serves my purposes thus far.
I want you to think long and hard about who it is that you're serving and what their interests are. There's a man that perhaps you'll meet someday who can share more about what a piece of work Dragaton is. But deals must be made with him because he has the place to make deals, the power to make them happen. He'll kneel down for a moment and do a couple of things. You hear a little bit of magical words spoken. You can give me a quick knowledge arcana, or spellcraft rather. Any of you that have spellcraft, give me a spellcraft check.
Nope, sadly.
Spellcraft. Where's my spellcraft? There it is.
Yeah. Between the two of you, you can each recognize something that seems similar to knock, but has some sort of a weird series of changes made to it. But overall, it sounds very similar to casting of the knock spell. And he will reach down and pick up an item, this large kind of morphing orb it looks like it's a regular orb, but when he like sets it down, it kind of like flattens on the table in front of you. So he was holding it like this, like you would normally hold a rounded object, and he sets it down and it gets kind of like a flat bottom on it that it kind of rests on. This should be what he asked for. He did not give you details of what it was, I assume.
No. Does it have to be handled carefully, or what is it?
It will not need to be handled carefully. You'll need to handle yourselves carefully, though. Things will be more interested in you in both beneficial and non-beneficial ways. This is an abyssal. Yeah. It's because he started the conversation at Abyssal, or he turned the conversation to Abyssal, that it became an Abyssal conversation.
It's abysmal.
So keep your wits about you. Lean into your strengths. And don't stay down here too long.
I would translate to the party and just ask if they have any questions before we take this item and head out.
Can I do an appraisal of the item?
Sure. Okay. On an 18, from materials alone, this thing is very expensive. But it's so expensive it is hard to identify how valuable it could be.
Handle it with. Don't have to handle it with care. But really get chased after by things. That's just the basic gist of what this is. I'm assuming it must be giving off some kind of magic, then, right?
Theoretically, it is likely a magical item.
But I mean, clearly mundane.
I have an idea about transport, but I can't do it here.
He will advise one more thing. The item cannot go in a place where there is not space. Is that clear, or do I need to really spell this out for you?
No bags of
holding. No bags of holding.
Yep.
Okay.
The item will ruin the bag. It will be fine. Your bag will not.
Okay.
How the fuck will that function?
If you put it in a bag of holding, the bag does exactly what a bag of holding would do if you flipped it inside out. Everything spills out of the bag tears open to spill everything out of the bag, and you have everything lying
I
down.
actually didn't know that the items fall out if you destroy the bag of holding. I thought the items inside would be...
Depends on some of the bags, but in this particular case, what it does, it basically takes all the items, pushes them back into physical space, which then rips apart the bag. In this particular case, that's how this item, in particular, functions.
Because, like, the one that I know is it explodes, destroying everything inside, but the item is fine, huh?
Yeah, that's when you put two different baggies together.
I still have memories of opening a portal to the astral plane. You just go into the void, essentially.
It's also fun stuff. But that is the info you will get for now.
Illithor, I have an idea, but we can't do it here. We have to wait till we're somewhere private.
Okay.
Privacy may be sooner or later than we think. In the meantime, next session, we have to see what Tug snuck away for. Why he went off on a little quest of his own.
I have nothing but faith in my leader.
Nothing suspicious about that.
But that will be next week. Until then, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I have my personal reasons.